Hello.
Ah.
My chair almost gave
I'm still
out.
defying you by eating my burger. Hold on.
My chair almost fell.
That sounds bad. Don't do that.
It's just a malfunctioning day, right, Lily? Yeah, it's a malfunctioning day. Okay, so we are gonna jump in.
Her Lily broke.
We do have a Lily. Lily is on phone right now, which is perfect, and we're all fine with that, especially Lily.
Lily loves being on the phone.
Waka waka.
Women do be on that phone. It's an affirming thing for her.
That's true. Women.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies.
You can't solve all problems by giving me gender-affirming care. It's helping, but fuck you.
She's so pretty.
You're welcome.
Everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm so pretty with the way that I'm sweating everywhere and
Hey.
I'm like scared that I accidentally sweat on a
Hey.
circuit board or something.
You can sweat on my circuit board. Who wants to tell me what happened last time?
Okay, all right.
It doesn't have to be you every time. You can
Okay,
enjoy
all right.
your burger.
Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer while I'm eating my fucking burger?
See, no one has to volunteer. I could roll a dice.
Oh, okay, roll your dice.
Yeah. Do you want to roll a certain dice or should I roll a regular dice?
No, roll a dice. Let's see what happens.
Okay, let's roll a regular dice. Let's roll a regular dice.
Just to see. I just
yeah.
want to see.
Yeah. See, it's a number 2.
Yeah, we go from me 1 to so
And if it's a 3, we go from Anthony 1, then Fabio 2, then 3 Fumble.
Sensing something is happening.
And if it's a 4, we go
Jesus
from
Christ.
Cavelli to Black to Fabio to
Fuck it, I'll do it real easy on you. I'll do it super quick. All right, check this out.
Oh, God.
Last time,
The illusion of
Quietmarch. Team goes see Anphea. Anphea's still there. They talk with Anphea about what could possibly be causing things to go faster. No one really knows. Sorcerer White is weird. We don't know him, but Black does. We successfully bring out the idea that maybe the reason why the prince disappears out of nowhere 10 years in the future is because maybe someone used one of the little white chalks that lets you alter the timeline for free. And we give it to Anphea, and hopefully this will never go wrong on us. And we'll never have to worry about it. We leave there, we go to talk to a dragon. We don't know yet which dragon it is. When we talk to the dragon after a ritual using dust from the very empty necromancer classroom, we learn it's a dragon named Sadira. It's an adult dragon. It's the Amethyst dragon. It's one of the 3 big boys. She's not having a good time. She's in the torture chamber, which is presumably somewhere where there is perpetual bindings and can't move. And it's just kind of stuck there and is in eternal agony, presumably being sucked for something. We don't know. We talk a little. We learn a little bit about the dragon's role in the plays, and we know that there were a couple, and now we only really know of one. That's kind of weird.
I made the dragon over here for anybody if they want to see it.
Bangin'.
Yeah,
Let me see the Amethyst dragon.
Yeah, I made her right here. She's
That's
right
really good.
immaculate.
Yeah, she's right there.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And we talk, and apparently it's been trying to warn other dragons, aka like Coatl, and really that's it, to not get captured. It's been stopping dragons from being spawned in this place forever. It's not been working too well recently though. We learned that there may be something that could lead us to it, which is supposed to be like a black blade, like an obsidian blade. And we effectively go, okay, we would love to help you, but you seem to be stuck. So we do the only thing we know, and we pray to God God normally can't do anything, but we had another white chalk, so the kind of like the husk of the dragon gets separated into like several shards that, you know, maybe at some point it can be brought back again. And yeah, it has little Undertale hearts. What are you doing? Oh, doing the shards. Okay,
Little
cool.
Shard.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. They're all together, and then there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. And that's pretty cool. That gives us an option to do things later. We figure that one of the orbs, so like the little tiny fake orb, might be useful for finding the other big orb, and we all start moving around to try and, you know, figure out more things. We find that we are able to obtain the small orb between Kybele and Paladin. So they successfully do it. Fabio goes to the baths and then leaves. And Law, with the power of a Toledo and a Buckeye, steals an entire desk from the headmaster. And it's the headmaster, presumably, already knows that they are not supposed to be there. And that's a little worrying. That's fine. That's endgame.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great job. One. I made the faker orb over here as well.
The faker orb.
Yeah, because it's like somewhat blue, but it's not like an actual blue. You know, it's a faker orb. However, you guys believe that you can use this in place of the obsidian blade potentially to just find the treasury, which you would expect the blade to be in. So that's good.
Yeah.
Good job. Because of your fantastic work, I will give Cavelli two unities.
Of course.
Yes. And you can have
I love charity.
And you can have one unity to give to Fabio. So I'll give Fabio one unity.
Okay.
And you, Law, you can have an unity to give to Black. So
yeah, of course.
yeah, so Black gets an unity as well. And then you'll get 3 unity.
So what happened there?
You didn't freak out. You passed the test. You passed the test of friendship and sharing and such. You got a reward. Good job.
By simply being like, okay, I will live, but I won't kill myself in front of stream from everyone for this.
Exactly.
I'm so brave.
A couple of things that I do want to reiterate for last time. Is that whenever you did go into the headmaster's room, this may or may not be important. You found out that there was a bunch of different books up at the top of the shelves that were books from your world. You had also found out that there was a list of names that you weren't sure exactly much about it. You only had a cursory glance at it at first. However, at the bottom of the list, there were more names being written in, and they didn't know who. Most of the other ones were knocked out except for your guys' names, as well as the name of another person here that you guys know about. So those were somewhat important things, maybe potentially, who knows. With all of you coming back together, you guys helped bring the large dresser into the area. You also have a chair for some reason.
No, it's excellent.
At this point, everybody comes back to where they were. You guys did your heists. The great heist of the faker orb, the great heist of chair and desk, and the great heist of I was in a bath briefly.
The great heist of I didn't steal anything in the bathrooms.
I stole a look at the smoke. I didn't look any further.
I didn't look at anything. I realized where I was immediately, and I was like, nope.
I still just think it's the grandpa gif from Simpsons, where you walk in, you see the stuff, you just turn around, you walk back out.
100%, that is how that happened.
Cavelli, Law, Fabio, and Black, you guys are here. There's a new dresser, there's a faker orb, and there's a very familiar looking chair.
I will say this chair is surprisingly comfortable for what it looks like.
I'm sure it is.
It's not the
Why?
point, though. The chair, was just, I think Buckeye just wanted to bring it.
Why the heck did you bring a chair in?
It's nice to... What's the desk? The desk is the important thing. This is the headmaster's desk. I
Alright.
found... Well,
I will allow you to continue your thought.
Does anyone else want to interrupt? Oh, we're good. Okay.
I too am wondering what could possibly be the use of this desk.
The desk, notably, had a bunch of compartments that were closed. I had seen one of them, but it had attempted to. I can't fully understand how. I just know it passed over me. It attempted to take over my mind for a moment. I think the goddess's sugar cookies stopped that. I'm not sure how, but
What?
Impressive.
Yes, we have
saying,
cookies.
yeah.
I believe that Toledo might have yours. Well, that is just ridiculous. They put a hand out to Toledo. Toledo hands them a cookie. Absolutely, just I'm completely ridiculous.
they're surprisingly above average.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, not the point. I'd found in this this list actually, and I'll bring out the parchment with the names on it.
Interesting. What could this be?
Well, this appears to be a list of students. Notably, they've been getting marked out, except for I believe our names. This Yuiki and Thea.
That is not just a list of students.
It feels like a list of suspects, personally.
No, I mean more. That has the names of several teachers on it as well.
Oh, where are they in the list?
She seems to make her way over to you. As she does, she starts pointing to things, and you do find, as she starts pointing things out, and this one here, the very first name on the list. This is the name of the headmaster.
Sure enough, it's there. Is there a list, for example, of, like, let's say Monkey-O, who's not supposed to be here?
Underneath the headmaster, you look through the list. You get rather far until, yes, you do find that there is a EO on the list. It does not say Monkey-O, it just says EO.
It's EO, yeah.
If anything, it says Janitor EO.
Janitor EO.
But no, it says EO on it. It appears to be a list of randomly students, teachers, and all of you. Oddly enough, I do not see my name on here.
That's curious. Why would they be keeping this list? Some of them are marked out, but most of them, except for these ones on the bottom.
Paladin, are any of these names, besides, well, I guess one of them is one of your people's?
I suppose it's worth trying. Do you see any other names you recognize here?
I'm sure Anthony is just thinking hard.
Wait, are there any names I recognize at all?
Looking on the list, you do see that a couple of people on there were people that you have brought into this place. You do recognize, for example, Yuiki. I believe it's Yuiki. I think I said it wrong last time.
Yeah.
I think I said it wrong last time, but no. You see the name of Yuiki-Douji. Or Yuiki, it's Yuiki or Yuiki. I can't remember. My brain.
It's whatever your heart desires.
My brain got fried before game today.
It is.
Exactly. My brain got fried before game today because of everything. But As you look through, there are other names on there that you do recognize as people from that you have brought here. They seem separated by other names that you see on there. Some names you recognize, some you don't. For example, you do see a name for the other one that was mentioned quite recently here. You see the name of you see the name of Felix on there as well. However, that one has been crossed off.
Why is it crossed off? I recognize a few of these
Yuiki,
names.
okay, that's it.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
A few of these ones, they came with me. Why is his name crossed out?
So far, you guys do see on the list the only names, again, that have not been crossed out are all of your names, which by all of your, I mean Fabio, Law, Cavelli, Kyle, and Yuiki. You do notice, Black, as you look through the list, you do see the name Black on the list. Though it does not say Paladin Black, it says Templar Black.
That makes sense.
And it has been crossed off.
That doesn't make sense. Why? Why is my name crossed off?
I'm not sure.
I mean, if this is
there
what you
any-
said to be a list of suspects, then I have several questions, but that would mean that you are no longer a suspect to them. My problem is why the headmaster here is at the front of the list. If you found this in the headmaster's office, should
Master's
he?
room, then why would it be in there? That's a good point.
Why would he even be listed?
Something doesn't smell right.
Perhaps we'll gain more information from the rest of these doors.
That's what I would assume. Yes, we'd found this key along, but
There's no
I
other
wonder
option.
how useful this list is.
Until we've learned why all these names are here, it's just a list. We can only speculate so much, and it gets us nowhere.
You said you found a key.
I'll pull it out.
Shall we try it in one of these other 5 locks?
I see no reason not to.
Does anyone have any ideas where to start, or should we just go down the list?
Process of elimination is the best. Down the list would be the easiest.
Do you want to bring the key to the opposite cabinet on the other side, the top left cabinet, or do you want to bring the key down to the second right cabinet?
If we're doing it by vibes, let's do second right.
Okay, we will go down one cabinet. You bring the key over to it. You find that as you place the key inside, it fits, but it doesn't turn. It does not seem to
no
be the key
turning
to
on
that
this one.
cabinet.
It doesn't seem to be this one. Let's try.
You find
let's go one.
that as you do, and then you pull it out, a crack appears on the top of the desk.
Yeah, can I look that over?
You look at the top of the desk, it looks as if, almost like there was a tremor or something struck the desk. It appears that there is a long crack in the top.
That's interesting.
Potentially a countermeasure for someone snooping.
That would make sense, considering the first thing I noticed.
And then whatever's inside this desk is worth destroying instead of letting others know about it.
I wouldn't say that. It looks as if they still wish them to not be destroyed, otherwise it would have destroyed them immediately, correct? We can assume that it will be destroyed, or potentially will be destroyed if too many mistakes are made, but whoever made this is obviously not confident that they'll remember immediately either. Shall we try another? Or do you want us to figure something else out?
Is there any kind of differentiation on these locks or key or anything?
Looking at the locks, they all appear to be relatively the same. The locks themselves, especially in the light that you have them in, seems to show not much at all differences among them. There are the leftmost locks are a slightly more platinumy or almost rose gold color, as the right ones are more of a regular goldish color. But other than that, there's not much. Looking to the key itself, you do find that there does appear to be a etching on the key. Looking at the etching, there appears to be a symbol on there that seems to be an old language from your side, Black. As you look to it, you're not sure exactly what to say on it. Law, you see a giant R on the key.
An R.
I know this language.
I can recognize it, yes.
The R
Perhaps
seems
not.
etched in the key, almost not hastily, but as if someone is not used to writing in the language.
Ah, that would make sense. It would explain why he has such a large collection of books from my world. All right. Okay, so what are the cabinets again?
On the ones on the right side are the one at the top that was completely open that you were able to find this key inside of. The one below that was the one that seemed to be the lock looks as if it is made of gold. That appears to be the next two locks on that side. Both of the ones on the right side look like they're made of gold. On the left side, you would find that all three locks look as if they have like a slightly pinkish or a slightly silverish hue. They appear to be made of rose gold.
Mm-hmm. So this is an R. Now, what exactly the R means, I am not sure. Whether it stands for right or rose gold, I am not sure. The one we tried was like bottom right? The first one we tried?
The first one is the top right. That was the one that was just
the one that we tried and cracked.
Yeah, the one right there, that was the second of the right ones.
So it can't
So there
be
is
right.
one
It would
more
have
right
to be...
one, but yeah.
At that point, I don't know if we have enough information to decide if this is either or.
We could chance it and go to the final right one. At that point, we will learn that, like, whether or not it is that key or the one that is supposed to be on the right, but we're not sure if it will explode. Or we could try it on one of the ones to the left. I would say the most likely one being the top left, since the key you found was in the top right. Either way, it's a 50-50 shot, and if I'm not correct, it would be less than that. I love how Eggy in the chat is just talking about just chopping it open. Chop open these magic locks. Get them. Just destroy them. I'm sure that isn't going to trigger
break it.
anything.
It blows up and we all TPK. It triggers the fuck you mechanism and we never see anyone again.
At this point, Law, looking at the two locks that at least Saiyan seems to think are the most likely to, the top left and the bottom right, is there anything you'd like to do looking upon those?
This is clearly I'm not what they say fucking genius at magic. I just got here. However, we can at least attempt to guess. So, if this is a magic lock with a magic key, could I try and see if even remotely I could sense kind of like this similar energy that would be coming from a lock and a key?
From what you can tell, the entirety of the desk seems to be giving off magic. Looking at the key itself, again, you saw the hastily sprawled R that's on it, as if somebody is not used to the language. I would like you to roll me for your instinct.
We're going into unexplored territory. I don't know anything about lock magic. I should have spec'd on that when I was born.
Definitely, 100% should have spec'd on that.
That's the thing that they ask you to do when you get born. They're like, all right, how do you do it? I can give you a 1.
All right. That's not gonna cut it.
I need you to just say with complete confidence something, and I'll just do that, I guess.
I feel like it's up to you. Unless somebody else has an idea or anybody else has any plans, it is up to you which one to pick.
Is there any other scribblings on the locks instead?
The locks are completely clean, as I mentioned. That is either the right one that is gold or the left one that is rose gold. The R was scrawled into the key from somebody who likely does not know the language. It is up to you.
Oh, here's my guess. If someone doesn't know the language, I think getting to rose gold is harder than getting to right.
Potentially.
So if no one has any, I'm willing to try the bottom right.
All right.
Or whatever the other one was on the right.
Do you want to try the bottom right?
Yeah, fuck it.
You place the key in the bottom right, you turn it, it does seem to turn. That was exactly what I was going to tell you with the instinct roll. Yeah, that you would be pretty sure that somebody who just now learned the language would probably not pick up rose gold.
They're more advanced than right and left.
First, A stands for apotheosis. B stands for B.
Another thing you would notice whenever you put the key in is that the R that's on the key is rather low on the key. Potentially showing the bottom of the right.
Ooh, that's interesting. Alright, hold on, beer.
I'm just imagining the guy in charge just looking at the desk, looking at the key, immediately bringing up his hands like the two L's, trying to figure out what's left in his right.
Well, they wouldn't know what right means unless they knew the language.
Exactly.
Wow.
Is this just Earth English? I mean, like I said last game, and like we said this game, apparently the top shelf of this office is just full of books from Law's world. So, that being said, are you back, Fomal?
I'm back.
The door opens. The little drawer opens on the bottom right. As you turn and as you pull it out, you see a very just a light puff and a spark coming off of the lock, but nothing seems to trigger. As you open it, you look down inside as you see what appears to be scribbles.
Scribbles.
Looking in, you find that there is apparently a small pad, a small notepad, as it would look. There are a bunch of rolled up papers on the inside, as if they've just crunched them up and threw them in. As you open them up, they all seem to be depictions of dragons. As you look to each of the different pictures that's there, it seems to be a crumpled up a picture of a dragon. They all look very like they were similarly featured. They look like they are somewhat elongated, but they all seem to be almost in the same pose. Each of them have slight defects though, and it looks as if the defects were what the person ended up just chucking into the bottom right of these things. That being said, as you open the bottom right one of these, you do find that there is a jiggle from the left side of the desk.
Like
whenever
like
you
the
open
other-
whenever you open the right, it seemed to jiggle the left side of the desk. However, once it was all the way opened, it did not seem to jiggle anymore.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. This one's opened alright, beside these doodlings, scribblings of dragons, but I don't know what that one jiggled on that point. I don't know if we have any more keys at that rate.
And those definitely aren't dragons. Look at them. This person is not a great artist.
I'll look at them. Was there something I'm missing?
They just look like lizards or whatever, all right? They're not even that big.
They're in a piece of paper, I suppose they would be.
They're not that big, but I mean, you're not that big whenever you're a dragon either, right? That's because I just got born, all right? Whatever.
Aren't dragons winged reptiles?
No.
What are dragons, then?
They're dragons.
I suppose.
Are they reptilian?
No.
Then why do they have scales?
Why do
And
fish have
forked
scales?
Mm.
And do I look like I have a forked tongue to you?
In a metaphorical sense, potentially.
Pretty sure your smaller version did, yeah.
I refuse to forgive either of you.
My life has
will-
remained unchanged.
They will reach down into the thing and grab the sketch pad. As they do, they put the sketch pad up to their face and they're just like, I see no resemblance, is what I'm saying.
Why would they draw you?
I'm a dragon. It's no dragon resemblance.
You're a Kowaddle.
Which is a dragon.
Do you think there's only one shape of dragon?
Do you think that there's... You thought that we were fish.
No.
That's not what we said at all.
You said that they had scales and everything that has scales is a dragon.
No.
Law, help me.
I'm not sure how I am supposed to help you.
She would turn away from all of you. As they do that, as they turn away from all of you, I would like for the three of you to roll me for your what is the stat in this game? You see, it is again, just roll me instinct, I guess. Yeah. No, roll me focus.
You really gotta fucking.
We're looking actively.
Roll me focus, please.
10
Okay.
plus 4.
14 from you. Black gets a
19 plus 2 plus focus 2, so it's
23?
19 plus 4. Yeah.
and Fabio.
20, 20, 20, 20,
20.
10.
10.
Fabio and Law, please reroll.
Okay, okay.
Because you guys have fleetings.
We shall look again with our eyes. Oh, I suppose it's a better way to
eyeballs.
roll it, huh?
With our special
I never thought about it
17,
that way.
19 altogether. It's focus.
I never thought about that way. That's a good way to do it. I've just been kind of tossing it over. 14 plus 4, 18.
All of you passed it.
Yeah.
As soon as they go humph and turn away, you note that looking at the dragon picture in their hands, that is the exact pose that they're trying to do in the picture. It looks like the dragon is humphing and turning away.
Miss Coatl, I believe this is of you.
Keep telling you this is not a dragon, it's far too small.
It is doing the exact same pose you are doing.
Let me see. They look at it. No, they're not holding anything.
Are they supposed to be holding something?
They looked like you whenever you turned away.
Yes, that's that one.
That's a terrible image.
It is not the best artist, I will admit.
Please, my dear.
But
Am I going to spend another eternity in these time loops with you, or can we find a solution?
It looks as if the headmaster was drawing you, which, from what we understand, if that is the case, it does seem plausible that they were responsible somewhat for your disappearance, right? Well, I mean, sorta, I think. Well, I started remembering things like you guys wanted me to.
Like you wanted to.
Nuh-uh.
you had explicitly said that you wanted to.
You really need to start accepting that you want things and the consequences of those wants.
I did what you all asked me to do, and I bravely donned Toledo on my head, and upon doing such, I have learned of my past, as tragic as it is.
You did bravely pass out, if you will explain what you learned.
Well, first off, it wasn't a lot. For the most part, from what I remember, I mostly stay with my prince for a long time. We stay and we hang out, and after the years we spend together, usually, we end up getting stronger, and we end up really, really bonding. That is until the prince usually disappears. Or I disappear. We get separated. And sometimes it's by that lady Anthea. Sometimes it's by the headmaster. Sometimes they just aren't there anymore. And sometimes I'm just not there anymore. I remember going to sleep, and then I would wake up in another one of these loops. Which, from what I understand, most likely means I die every single time. I also remember a loop where you, points over to Black, bury me in the ground with you for years.
That makes sense.
And it smells, and it's terrible.
It's underground.
You're terrible to me.
It'd be the fastest way it'd be the safest way for us to return to the proper time.
For you, maybe.
And you don't age like that, so yes, for both of us.
They hump away again, and then they look at the picture. Okay, I see it.
It has sort of the shape, if you see it here.
Well,
Is that
obviously, like I
why-
said before, he's just obsessed with me. And he's a humongous heckin' creeper for that.
Well, that is interesting if he is obsessed with you.
Within those memories, do you remember him being especially bad about being obsessed?
Not really. He's usually just, like, teaching classes and getting mad at the prince and... Well... I do notice a lot that he does change a lot. Unlike everybody else that goes through these loops or whatever, I have different memories of him. I usually have memories of, for example, Saiyan or Monkey O here doing the things they always do. But with the headmaster, he's always different. I always see him in a different spot, or he's always staring over at us, or he's always being really creepy and creepy dumb, and I don't like him. But
Then it's him, right? It's gotta be him he's the other person that is remembering the loops then.
It's gotta be. Then why is his name on the top of this list? Saiyan goes over to the list and looks to it. There's something else.
Out of all the, just to refresh my memory on this, because I scatterbrain. The people in this corridor, are their names crossed out?
The names of them that are here, yes. That being said, you cannot find a name for Dakar, for example. But you can see a name for Ha'al, and you can see a name for no, you can't see a name for Ha'al. You can only see a name for Kael. Wait, am I? Hold on. I could be wrong. Let me look at my list.
They removed the elf boy. The ban list just dropped.
I have been wrong for one whole game.
Okay,
Hooray.
all right, what is it?
It says
Hit us with the
Ha'al. It does not say Kael.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So the two names you can't see on there are Dakar and Kael.
Have we all been in the same time zone as the headmaster? All of us?
I think we've only seen him twice. And both times, I believe you were the one who was there, Law, correct?
Give me a second, there's people in the room, you have to keep going.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in the room.
Okay.
Meanwhile, for those of you wondering, the G Fuel of the day today was Wumpa Fruit. And it was pretty good. It was too quick earlier, and we were...
So, you were
Yeah.
like, oh, plug in the other fan, even though it would take so long. And guess what? I did, and it still doesn't work.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So now we know it's not the fan. Anyway, you needed me for something, right?
Yeah.
We're slowly but surely figuring it out. But
Both times that you guys have seen the headmaster, according to Saiyan, it's been Law who has seen them. Law was there whenever Law and Kael came to see Saiyan, at which point the headmaster was there. And Law was there whenever it was them, Saiyan, and Black that had gone to see them, where they saw them with Zoroair, where they hit him across the face.
Yeah.
So those have been the only times you guys have seen the headmaster, at least as far as you guys can tell. And on both of those times it's been Law, but also one person that was there at least once was Kael, but Kael's name is not on the list.
Yeah, so it's not like the thing
Yeah,
of they have
fine.
seen us.
why is Dakar and Gael not on this list?
Well, I can tell you it's not by having seen us or not, because last time I had seen the headmaster, Kyle was there.
If you would like me to do something, please.
Go ahead.
I'm not very good at this thinking stuff. That's not what I'm here for. That being said, I am a seasoned adventurer, and I saw that there was a solution to this puzzle here that I could do for you.
If you wish for it.
I don't know how much use I will be in the future, so I thought that I might as well get this one done for you. He shuts the door that had the sketchpad in it. He then grabs the opposite door, and whenever he goes to open the right door and things begin to shake on the other side, he pulls open the bottom door as well, as both doors come open.
Hey, we were not thinking about that puzzle at all.
There we are.
So, like, is Monkey an escape room aficionado? Like, what happened there?
I saw that it was something was rubbing up against the other side, and whenever it does that, it usually does it with the side that it is opposite of. So I grabbed that one and I pulled.
Well, they clearly worked, so I cannot deny your ability there.
Like I
Monkey.
said, I'm not very magical, so I thought that I might as well start on something that I did know, while everybody was talking about dragon pictures and things.
Thank you.
Well, what's inside?
Wow. Smart and strong. You got the whole package.
I could drag this thing around by myself if I wanted to. I'm that strong. I'm very strong.
What's in the box?
You open the bottom left of this. You do find, as you look inside, there appears to be a white robe.
Uh-huh.
You see a white robe on the top of what appears to be a stack of robes.
Now this is strange. I guess I'll pull out the white robe for everyone to see.
You pull the white robe off. On below that, you see another white robe.
Oh, I pull that one off.
You see another white robe.
How used are these robes?
See another white robe.
How many robes are in there?
There are
Oh,
around
God.
7 white robes stacked atop
There
of
are
each
many.
other. None of them look like they are the size for the headmaster. All of them look as if they are white. They are robes that are made for someone smaller.
Like a young sun elf size.
Potentially.
Well, why does he have so many locked in a drawer?
That you can only open through a trick. Like the other one, that's weird.
These ones are supposed to be special, right? Significant.
Are they pristine robes? Are they like damaged in any way, like worn out, used, that sort of thing?
They do seem as if they have been used, but they're not damaged.
Okay.
Zarware is the only one who wears one of these.
From what we've seen, yes, it's the one that would also potentially be able to fit these, from what I'm seeing.
That's not entirely true, actually.
Oh, really? Is there more?
Well, yeah, now that you bring those things out, remember how we were talking earlier about the prince growing a lot?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How he apparently grew like really far in like 2 months or something?
That is a thing. Yeah, that is noticeable, yes.
Well, that's never happened before. That's something that's only really been happening in this run. I
What?
thought it might have been because of that Anthea lady, though. Because she's been around him a lot more often this time because I've been gone. At least that's what I thought.
She never mentioned that being a problem, though.
Do these
Oh,
rooms
so-
appear to be different sizes, or are they all the same size?
They're all the same size.
And this is not from now, it would look like.
I can't say for certain on the physiology of elves, sun or otherwise. They can be taller than an average human at times, but
Yes, but
to
the
grow so
prince
fast.
doesn't usually get that big until several years away.
Are you sure he's
Can't
just?
seem to. Oh, go ahead.
Are you sure he's a pure-blooded sun elf?
She shrugs.
Mm.
I mean, he's the king's son, right?
Is the king particularly tall?
Yes.
Well, can't be that much taller than an average elf.
Well, with the way he acts, it's hard to tell if he's an actual son or not. He's really weird about the prince.
Think is the king like about the height of Paladin here, or is he taller than the Paladin?
I believe he's taller.
He's taller than you. He's really tall.
He just looks at himself. Even when I'm stunted. Really. I don't recall elves getting that tall. Maybe it is the sun magic. In any case, there must be reason for that. There must be reasons for all of this, but I'm not sure I can glean them.
Not only that, I don't see any more clues as to open the other 2 locks here.
Such as breaking it, and I fear that would destroy whatever's inside.
It's
It
not as if
appears
anything
that-
in here has been particularly useful, but...
Clues to pieces to a puzzle we've yet to find all the pieces for.
the fact that he has 7 white robes in his drawer locked away seems very evident of how obsessed he is with it.
Why? There is 8. That means there's 8 at least of these robes.
It
One that he
seemed
wears.
that the reason there are 7 in this drawer was because that's as many as could fit in the drawer.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering if he's kept one. For
I just
every
wanted to
decade
make
he's
sure
been
that
here.
was known. It didn't look
I
like
was thinking
any
about the
more could
decades
fit
thing.
in there.
That's why I'm saying obsessed there. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Weirdo. Anyway. All right. Until we can find the other keys to this desk, I suppose we're done with it.
There are still three more drawers, yes, but we could always force it open, like you said, or we could always attempt to maybe cast some kind of spell or magic upon it, or we could try to see if the headmaster himself has any keys or anything on himself.
If I wanted to keep something that wouldn't be easily grabbed, I would keep it on my own person. That's at least what I would believe.
It'll not be easy forcing the keys off the headmaster, but it could be done. If they have them, of course.
Either way, we also found that orb, did we not?
The car is casting his magics upon it. It is not the same one. A copy.
A copy?
Fake.
Well,
A very convincing
that-
fake.
I suppose it would be weird to keep the actual one there, but I'd always assumed it was the actual
He
one.
shakes his head. A copy of a copy. The other one wasn't the real deal either, but this one is even more an imitation.
So not only a fake orb, but even faker than the original? What would you need to?
You wouldn't. I suspect that it might have been stolen and replaced. And I only know one person that would be dumb enough to try it. It also helps that his magic is all over the fake itself. So
No, there it is. I was gonna ask if you meant the prince. Well,
you obviously didn't mean the prince because you said dumb.
he just looks at her for like there's a long time, and
Stare
just
back
turns
at you.
It just looks back to Law, and then, in any case, the car will find where he's hiding it, and hopefully it'll lead us to the real deal.
it'll at least lead us to the faker, to the less fake one.
Should we wait for it then?
One would want to wait, but there is someone else I need to speak with. They're still potentially in the library.
Oh, you wish to speak to the other one. Well, several weeks at the very least has gone by since we thought they were there. Maybe they're still there?
They're most likely still there. I know of them.
Well, if that's
Amen.
if you're sure.
I would have guessed they probably found a way to not ever have to leave it since they've gotten in there.
There's only a limited amount of knowledge I believe one could get there in their first few years at the academy.
Most
likely they would have went to the advanced library by now.
Where's that?
I haven't seen it here. In the actual school, it would be a few floors down.
So there is a down. Good.
We do still have some doors left.
Would it kill this place to start putting signs up? He looks at the blank doors.
You mean the walls where the doors might be?
Yep. They basically just said that there is another library in this place. Once several years have passed, especially if you think somebody's been reading in the library for literal ever, most likely they would move on to a better library. That being said, there are 3 doors you guys have not opened.
Which one says advanced library on it?
Which one does? Which one says advanced library? Ooh. Which
I just
one
asked
could
you
it
that.
be? Ooh.
I guess we
If
have
we
to...
could just read advanced library and go in there, we'd be already done. Do you think we've
Guess
just
it's
been
time to split up once more and discover the new 3 rooms that we haven't gone through yet. And waste even more time. As more time will fly by, as we have limited time.
Well, at least we're getting ever closer to the calamitous event, whatever it
Well, do we
is.
feel like we want to do that before or after the orb is identified, I suppose is the word?
Dakar, how much more time is there?
I will add 10 minutes every time you ask.
10 more minutes than there used to be, as he turns to the rest of it.
He seems to be very much concentrating on it, yes.
Then I suppose we have at least some time to kill.
At least 10 minutes.
At least 10 minutes to kill. Could you afford 2 years?
Time really means nothing to me.
Ah, well, at that point it's just going there and seeing what's inside then, if you would like to give it a try.
Is it... Didn't the prince start growing when... when the time for these things kept increasing? Doors, I mean. Am I remembering that right?
You guys didn't even notice that time was increasing at one point, though.
That is true. Regardless, shall we explore doors?
And you could ask each other a couple more times.
We could ask each other.
Clock's already walking to one of them. Eeny, meeny, miny. The closest one to him, which I guess would be this one.
I think if we ask again, this time will be the one.
This time it'll be the one, definitely.
You guys
100%
know
it'll be
that
the
these areas this way are the doors that are lesser explored, that they are potentially doors that have not been opened as much in the history of the school. Does anybody wish to go into any of them in particular? I'll leave your skeleton behind because, again, skeleton with spear.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
He's too powerful for these rooms.
He's too powerful. Well, my guess is headmaster was just the place where the headmaster goes. It's like a number of 1. So the advanced library might be here or here, if I had to give a guess. If it's even here.
Potentially.
If it's not here, I'll just fucking find the stairs. It's fine.
And I'm supposed to finish off the triplet, I can go to the one that we don't have.
You could go there. Are you all bringing anybody with you?
We all ask where the right way is. Where's the wrong way?
Any of the other doors.
I'll go to the male bathroom.
Come with me. Stop doing that.
Okay. I'll come with you.
Fabio and Black, are you guys bringing anybody with you?
Stay in. Come with me.
Boop. Black, are you bringing anyone with you?
Is there anyone even willing to go?
Right now, the only ones that aren't going are Dakar and the skeleton. The others can go wherever they wish to be taken. Toledo, for example, is going here.
Yeah. Toledo is a friend.
Colotl.
Okay. You and the Colotl will go that way. Fabio, you will go this way. Law, you will go that way.
Yeah.
The 3 of you enter your doors. Law, Cavelli,
What?
you guys hit solid wall.
Yeah. No!
But
This is not a door. This is to be a wall.
Unless.
There does not appear to be any kind of gate on that section, or if there is, you are not able to go into it.
On the wall to see if it's a fake wall and realizes that it's a real wall. Yeah, that's a wall.
There does not appear to be anything on that side, or if there is, you have not been able to figure out how to get in.
Is there by any chance anything on this corner?
Currently, the area you're standing on, bloop, 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 is where the person who was buried was before.
Yeah.
As you go over toward this section, you step over toward the wall. As you reach out toward the wall, you feel some kind of magic at play. However, you are not able to touch the wall. You do not feel anything as you put your hand out. You also have note that when you attempt to do this, looking back toward the area where everybody else is, a bunch of the shadows that are in the hall seem to go sporadic for a moment. They seem to move very quickly. Before we get to that, Fabio.
Yeah.
You and Saiyan make your way into this door. Upon going in, you find that you are in a large, empty room. As you step out and look about, the room is dark. You're not able to really see that much in front of you. There are no windows, unlike most of the other places you've gone to. But what you can tell is that this room is large. And there does appear to be things all about and all around. There are large boxes and seemingly other structures thrown about the room. As she enters with you and looks about, oh, we are in one of the storage facilities. Most likely, given the fact that you all said this is one that is lightly trodden, this is most likely one of the ones that is in the basements.
I see.
No, they are more used now that we have been adventuring into the Quietmarch. I have to think on how things will be in the now and in the back then. In the current year, this should be the basement. However, in the past, where we are now, this is most likely one of the taller of the establishments. Fascinating. If we are in the past, currently we're in the basement. If we're in the future, then we're in the attic.
That is weird to think about.
Whenever we all started diving deeper down into the Quietmarch, the basement cellar area got more utilized. As they look around, which should mean that this is the basement. As they start stepping in, they put their hand forward and sort of rub on the top of a large box-like object. Upon doing so, and there's a layer of dust here as well. I mean, Monkey O isn't around to clean, so...
That is true. Though you'd think that there would be other janitors or students being tasked with doing it, but you know.
Oh, there most likely are students doing it, which is why there's still dust here.
Yeah.
Sorry, a bit of teacher humor. I don't think this would be where we would find our guest. We might find something.
Are you fine with pilfering and unused storage?
I don't think that there is a problem with it. The only problem I would have is that once we leave this place, everything will go forward, right? So, as she begins speaking, you find something troublesome happen inside of here. As you guys step a little bit off and around this place, you do find that the area about seems to somewhat shift. You're not sure why, but it looks as if for a moment something shifted through this place. There was a figure or a couple of figures even made their way through this place in almost a quick huff and then dispersed. As it happens, you've not been in a room when this happened before, Fabio, but you can tell just by watching, you felt time shift in this place for a moment.
Ooh. That didn't feel right. Something happened.
If we were in one of the more active areas, that might have felt normal, but since we're in a not so active area, that... They look around. I don't know how long we just jumped, Fabio.
He looks down at his feet to see how much layers of dust is on the floor where they would be, you know, not affected with them being stood there.
There is less.
There's less dust than...
Because remember, people had just ran by up at some point.
So if I were to move, there would be a dusty footprint, basically.
Sure, yeah.
The opposite happened. Interesting. Time definitely moved forward here.
This place is obviously important in some way, but now that I just saw that, I worry. What would you like to do? Do you want to step forward further, or do you want to leave?
I think I still want to try to find something of use from here before never stepping in here again, because I don't think there's much use for this place otherwise.
Then let's be cautious. You find as you step further into the storage area, again, it is very hard to see in here. There is no real light to this place. As you look around and as you step further inside, you see you looking... If you would like to use it, you can.
Yeah.
Fabio, a fun thing is going to happen now.
Oh my god, something fun for Fabio, a fun time for Fabio.
Fabio, you may notice something emerald, for example, but Fabio will notice this immediately upon using the sun crag. Fabio, the light in this area does not change. You can see, but as you look around, you still have that strange reddish green tint to everything. As if you were in the Quietmarch.
We're still in the Quietmarch. Why is this room still in the Quietmarch? It shouldn't be tinted like this.
As you look around, you do start to notice that not only are there the normal things you would see in a storage facility, but also you see along the walls what appear to be crystals creeping in from what you can see to be windows in this place. As she looks around and as you look around as well, seeing this happen, I had assumed that we were in the basement, which is why there was no light, but Fabio, I believe we're higher in the tower.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Something's blocking the windows. Stone and earth and crystal from down below is blocking it.
But what does that mean?
That means this room is gone, Fabio. Like the ones that we've been in before, like what we just did with my room, like what happened with Zaroer's room. This room is not connected.
But did it unconnect because of the time shift?
It was dark even then.
It was dark even then, but we saw people come in and out, though.
We saw shadows come in. We didn't see people. We just saw those creatures, the ones that filled the hallway.
But we haven't stepped into a room that we didn't make this way ourselves. Why would it be like that?
Perhaps we're not the only ones making those rooms.
Oh no.
We should check further.
Should we be cautious of any traps then?
I say we should be cautious of just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
As she says that, you see that she seems to, for a moment, bring her hand forward, and you see her making a gripping motion with one hand and gripping it with the other. As she does, a small skeletal hand seems to appear, almost crawling out from her robe and landing atop of the boxes. You see it start to spider around the boxes, crawling about. Cautiously forward.
Mm-hmm. Cautiously.
As the two of you walk forward, the sun crag out, allowing you to see the areas around. You find most of the boxes here have been emptied. As you go to most of them, you find that some of them were opened very cautiously, and looking inside, you don't see much of anything. Others seem to have been bashed into, either in a fit of rage or in carelessness, who can tell. Looking inside, you see most of the storage here are things that, again, would have been widely used in that time, which really shows this wasn't the basement. You find there are seemingly preserved jars, like jars of preserves, which would have been for food. You see what appears to be different kinds of those same crystals, those same crag that are often about. You find as you look around enough, there are seemingly different kinds of medicines and other type of things that were here. This is a very used storage area, at least from what you understand. As you look through and as you look forward, you get to the end of this, which again, now that you can see, looks like almost like an unused classroom with how large it is. As you further yourselves out and you further yourselves going forward, you do find eventually what appears to be a skeleton laying on the floor.
Someone was killed here.
As they lower themselves toward the skeleton, they begin to put their hand over it. The skeleton has grudges. It was not sent to rest, yet the bones themselves are pristine and almost aged at the same time, as if it's been going through the same rebirth as we have. This is one of the oldest skeletons I've ever seen.
So then this room hasn't been connected through it since the beginning.
This body is ancient, Fabio. If that's the case, then that means these cycles have been going on for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Anthea didn't say it like that.
This predates skeletons that I have found from fighting back in the time of the Draco Strait. If this were to be out in the country, outside of this tower, I would say that this would predate that, but there's no possible way. That means these cycles have been going on, have been repeating and repeating. At the very least, 5,000 years.
these grudges, this person, is it just a skeleton? Are there any clothing with it? Although the clothing would I mean, I guess it wouldn't disintegrate by now, right? Because it's a repeating factor.
It seems to be completely no kind of clothing or anything on there. You find that while they lay there does appear to be a sense of some kind of rags among them. However, you don't find any kind of robes or anything like that.
Are you able to, if you do your thing, can you tell who it used to be?
It would take time. A skeleton this ancient might have even forgot themselves.
I think it's worth trying. If this room, wait, if this room wasn't connected, why did? Never mind. I just remember. We have time, so it's.
I will stay here, and I will look into the skeleton. If this room is not connected to the other, if this room is not connected, then we have not left the hall.
Okay.
As soon as you step out, you should be able to return here quite easily. As they step out toward where the skeleton is, they take the sun crag from you and just sort of place it beside of them as they begin to start casting some kind of magic on top of the skeleton.
All right. If there's anything you need, don't hesitate, all right?
If anything, I may need that paladin.
Okay. And he will head back to the hall.
Before we get to what you see there, Paladin Black.
Me.
Beep, 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 beep.
Normal lighting.
Normal lighting. You would find yourself in a room that does actually look like a room. I wouldn't worry about it. What's that? We're not Theater of the Minding this one? That's weird.
I don't know how to feel about that right now. We'll see in a few minutes.
You find as you step into this area what appears to be a long hall of a room. The light itself seems to be coming from the far off area of it, where it seems to be leaking in the light of the end of the day. As this red light seems to come in from it, you do note that it does seem especially dark, especially red for this time, but that could also just be the lighting of the place. As you step in, you do find that there are a few students about, seemingly looking at the different sides of the places. You also find that there is a person at the very end of this place. Let me get them. You see that there is a teacher off to the very end of this place, seemingly the headmaster, sitting at a large desk at the end of this. I don't know why there shouldn't be blood here. I don't know why there's blood.
It's for fun.
Don't worry don't look at the blood. Okay, there's no blood here.
There was never any blood. Ask questions not that you
I
want
didn't
not
notice
answered.
the blood until literally right now, because I usually see this thing in a different light. But I note now that there is a stream of blood going down in this
that's
light.
Blood.
Quickly.
No worries.
Bomo. Draw a ketchup bottle, quick.
Yeah, we need to catch a bottle. We need to catch a bottle.
Okay.
But no, there is no blood. But it is very red.
No, my big bottle of ketchup. No.
You find...
Okay, continue.
Thank you very much. You find as well, there are several students off and about. You do recognize one of them. As you look up and you see a tall woman up on the second floor of this area. Is that the correct one? I believe so, unless that's the one. I think this is the correct one. You see up on the top of this area, you see up on the second floor of the area, you do see who appears to be the one that you wanted to speak with. You see Yuiki. And again, there are other students about as well. Just imagine so many students doing so many student-like things, including like making tests for their strange little guy, their strange little skeleton boy, their strange little skeleton head.
Right, because that's normal.
That's a normal thing to do at school.
Fucking mages. All right. He's gonna take Kawaddle and just bring them over up to Yuiki.
You'll have to make your way to the end of the hall. Will you do that?
Yeah. There's no reason to not.
As you step over toward the end of the hall to step over at the staircase going up, you do hear Templar.
He regards the headmaster.
He has not looked up from his book, but he does seem to beckon you over.
He just motions Koala to wait right there as he walks over to the desk.
Templar. I believe that we have an agreement about coming into places of study.
Right. I am not here to disrupt anyone or anything.
The books that we have here are extremely delicate. The magics that you and the others hold, the holy magics from your church and other sources, depending on the book that you are around, could degrade and disrupt them. There are ancient magics here, ones that have been called evil in the past. As he looks to you, and then he looks beyond you toward the Kawaddle, and then back to you. What is it do you need here?
I need only speak to someone of a matter of sorts.
I see. If you just need to speak, you may speak and go.
It's my only reason to be here.
I haven't seen you around that often. When I do, you seem almost as if you are just going through the motions.
I am tasked with many different duties lately, and I merely wait for the next one. It is a new routine I am not sure I'm fond of.
The head Templar has told me of your exploits. Well, the exploits of all the Templars, and yours are not favorable. Most of the others have achieved accolades or have done something in favor of their duty. You have not. And I must ask, is that because you see some kind of kinship or some kind of something within the eyes of our students? Is that why you are especially lenient?
I am here to ensure the safety and prosperity of the youth here. My duty is to protect them and dissuade them from doing stupid and dangerous things.
And yet not a
before they're
single student in front of you have had need of dissuading, it seems. You have been here for years, and yet you have not a single, even minor infraction under your belt.
Perhaps your students are just that well behaved.
Perhaps they are. You see a smile go across his face. Perhaps they are just that well behaved.
If there is some matter that you wish to bring to our attention, I would look into it for you should you ever ask, and obviously the commander is always around.
There is one thing. I have felt a strangity in the air as of late. I have felt perhaps there are far more behaving students that there seems to be need for. If they are behaving so well, perhaps I could ask you, do you think you can lead an expedition outside for me? They don't seem as if they had any issue, so they're probably ready to at least see the world now, don't you think?
If you think they're ready, then I will find the time to do so, yes.
Yes, we will prepare a time, and obviously any supplies you may need.
Who do you feel are ready?
Who do you feel are ready? Surely you've had some interaction with some of the students? Especially since you found so many of them behaving. Any of them jump out at you? I'll change the question. Out of all of the students here that could make their way out into the world, is there any that have left a mark on you? Are there any that changed you just by their presence?
Change is a strong word, but
We all grow in a school, Paladin. Do we not?
he looks at him. Do I get a sense he knows something?
He seems to be
He
definitely
just-
trying to gauge something from you. Roll me for your instinct.
You said the word paladin.
That might have been a slip of my tongue.
Okay.
Might have.
All right.
Who knows? Maybe I'm in it. Roll instinct.
Maybe you are it, you piece of shit. All right. Oh. What? Oop. 18, like instinct. Instinct. 3, so 21. My favorite number.
It's hard to gauge anything from him. He's obviously noticed that you are acting off, and he did say Paladin. You'd also remember that there was a list before that did seem to have your name on it in his office. However, he did seem to scratch that out at one point.
Templar, that's a different kind of title there, though I suppose I should be flattered. Even if it was a slip of the tongue, headmaster. But
Different profession. Understood.
not too dissimilar for what I've been told. But let me think.
Aside from that, do you have an answer to my question, or do you need more time?
To consider which one of them are genuinely ready to see the world. The outside. That might take some more time. We have a few in mind.
Then
But
do not have me hold you up. He motions away from the desk. Go to the student you wish to speak with. Please. We'll talk
And
more
again,
on this later.
as you wish. And again, take care near the books.
I'm sure you will.
He just nods his head towards the Coatl to
Black.
follow it.
As you're leaving, I would like you to roll me for your resistance, please.
Oh boy. That's not a fun stat to have to roll when I'm walking away.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just roll me resistance.
Shut your fucking mouth.
roll. Don't worry.
Wow. I'm
Just
only
roll the funny
getting-
dice, funny man.
I am the funny man.
You shut up to put the dice game. Now roll the dice.
You're right. I have been fucking strong-armed into rolling dices.
Roll me 3 more times, please.
Okay.
Roll more dices.
I love dices to pieces. Okay, 15. Not bad. 15 again. Maybe higher than that? Nope. That was 3 more times.
Okay, so it's 15 plus a
Plus
3, I believe. Yes, plus 3
plus 3.
plus 2. That is a 20.
Yay.
Yay. Black.
Uh-huh.
As you go to leave, one name will suffice, Templar. I would like you to give the name of one person that has influenced you since coming to this tower, please.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Anyone. Just anyone
You just command on me.
He might have found some way to do so, yes.
Command undead. Talk.
Who has had a fucking significant impact on me? I need a second.
I'm just gonna throw it out there if it wasn't for Fabio.
That is true. If
Fabio's had a big influence on you.
That's a good point. You should, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
Throw me under the bus. Throw me under the bus.
I don't
Open your arms
believe-
wide and take it. Yay!
He just turns to the headmaster. That young man, Fabio.
Fabio. Good. Thank you. By the way, Black, you said that completely of your own free will.
Just so you know.
Well, so I guess a 20 wasn't enough to beat whatever that was.
This dude's got high ass DCs. I don't know if you saw the one where God had to intervene to stop brain damage, but this dude's got high ass DCs.
I mean, he did eat the cookie. I'm just saying that wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't eat the cookie and use a fake card though, so no.
It was special for me, so fuck you.
As he just completely just follows through with his actions as if nothing happened.
Okay. You make your way up to the top. As you do, you find the one you were looking for. You find Yuiki. As Yuiki seems to be taking down different books, looking among the areas about, and seemingly keeping them in front of her. You approach, and she does seem to look back at you for a moment before also looking down toward the Coatl, who has strut up with you. Well, isn't this a interesting sight? Have I done something wrong, Templar?
He just looks around. Other people, how quiet is it in here?
It's not incredibly quiet. There are still people moving off and about. There are still people like gathering things, and because of all the books and everything here, that nothing seems to be echoing or anything throughout the area. It seems like there are. It is quiet, like a library should be, but not devastatingly.
There's people here. There's murmurings and shufflings.
Yes.
Okay. It's a very frequented place. Okay. There's been some strangities about.
There's been strangities for a long time.
Tell me about
You've
it.
missed every single one of your time-ins.
Things have changed. And
You're not the only one who has missed it. Gradually, everyone has stopped coming except for me.
We've been stuck in a time loop for uncountable amount of years now.
I've thought as such.
I don't know if I should be impressed by White or punch him in the face. I will do both.
Unfortunately, the magic is far too strong for me to do much about, but I believe that I followed my own clues and reached the same conclusion, though it seems that you have more solid proof.
This place is being consumed by the Quietmarch the longer we're here.
Oh. Didn't understand that.
We're running out of time.
Well, we've already been here for several years, I assume. But you think that we've been here for far longer. I've been looking into the temporal magics that have been going on around here in my spare time. I've also put together that the idea that everyone has been acting off, as well as you, is most likely due to some kind of effect of them. I think that our acting off is most likely due to some kind of a failsafe that the sorcerer put inside of us.
You're not surprised me. He would tell us very little of anything.
Well, that's always been the point, right? If any of us were captured and tortured or anything, we need to make sure that that information doesn't get out. We can barely say much of anything, though I didn't expect it to go that far.
I have made new allies. Those also displaced by time.
So you are just under a different effect than I am, then.
Seems so. Before we get too deep into it, this is the Coatl. Blues Coatl.
I've seen them around. I've actually been doing my job.
Good. Well, I'm not sure anyone else has.
That being said, there hasn't been much to do but observe. No one has made too many efforts, at least, I guess, in this version of the loop. I'm still getting used to that. I've only recently come to any kind of grip that it could be happening.
They're also out of the sticks.
I was actually going to ask you about that. They bring what appears to be a pouch of those sticks out from themselves. You find that it is full to the brim with them.
What?
They have all of them that they would have. I have not used a single one of mine, yet I also feel strangely apathetic about them.
Why?
I feel as if nothing will happen even if I do use them.
You saying these were placebos?
I'm saying that I may have already used them. In another loop.
But they meant nothing.
I don't know what will happen if I go to use these now, but I doubt that they will use their normal effect. It's almost as if they aren't even here. I trust that that's something that may have happened with you.
Maybe. In a sense. It's difficult to say.
And how are you cognizant of it?
It seems these sticks share the same magic with the Quietmarch. Once I leave this room, you will not see me for some time. time out in these rooms in
What a
this place.
waste. I'm sure that if this is a loop, I have learned so much. But all of that is not worth anything then. I'm sure that even if I were to remember it all, I wouldn't be able to make sense of it all, similar to that tome on the top of the mountain, but it is still a waste.
If I were to take you out of this loop, you would not gain any further knowledges. At least you would know as much as we would. You're still trapped. Don't know how to break it, and we know something awful is going to happen soon. How soon? I can say, when every time we enter a room, time skips forward. Different amount every time. Years have gone by.
Years. All right then. If that's the case, then I will look into it. I may not look like it, but I am a very trusted summoner here now.
Congratulations on your new title.
That's sort of one of the reasons I came here, was to learn more about summoning magics. It's one of the reasons I volunteered. But I think I've learned just about all that I need, at least of the basic theory, and I'm not been able to leave this place unless I can perform some kind of a graduation ceremony, but I don't want to do that. Obviously, none of us want to do that. We want to stay here for as long as we can. I will stay. I will gather as much as I need, or as much as I can learn. But the next time you show, you should get me out of here.
Agreed. Hopefully next time the headmaster will not be here.
I do not know what is going to happen. I don't know what will happen as soon as I change what I'm planned to do. But I am going to now look into more of this, whether through the powers of the orbs, or through temporal magics, or through looking into the Quietmarch. I don't know what will give fruit, but if years go by, give me but 2. If you do, I should be able to know something. But after 2 years, or as close to 2 years as you can get, I will need you to get me out. I will most likely have already done something by that point. Something that I should not have, if someone is watching us.
You're one of the few that I trust implicitly. You will have your 2 years.
I will do my best to act as if I never learned this information, and just go about things as accordingly, and look into whatever it is I can in those meantimes. I will cherish the time I have alone, and I will also make the most of it.
Of that I have no doubt. But I mean it. Be wary of the headmaster.
It is not my eye that the headmaster has. The headmaster is always looking toward our target.
You can look all you want, you will not have him. Or her.
It is bordering on obsession.
And have I heard that before?
I'll see you in 2 years, Black.
It will be but a passing moment for me.
Try to figure things out as best you can. We are already beyond the point that I came here for. I had came to observe and to learn. but I can see that observing, learning, there is a place for it. And that time has already far gotten away from us.
Finally. So the rest of you caught on a little faster, but better late than never.
To be fair, if you would have kept doing your job, then we would have been able to do exactly what I wanted to do.
I am. That's the thing. I am doing my job.
You have found out a new job. At least from what I can tell.
More or less the same. Just extra steps.
Well. They turn to grab a book. As they do, they will just walk by you without giving too much of an acknowledgement that they know you. As they step by you and take the book, they will move down the stairs and go to one of the closer of the studying tables at the bottom, as if they have no real problem or pain in staying around anybody, showing that they are not in any way concerned about being in the eye of the headmaster. She's really good at being nonchalant.
You can learn a thing or two from her.
Never mind. She's not good at anything.
And that's why you'll never learn. She's a trusted ally now. As she always has been.
Can you really do anything in 2 years? I mean, we don't even know how long these things last.
Here's something that even Blue still can't figure out, Tawaddle. Trust is something you need to work on and give, and hope you can receive it back. I trust them, and I trust that the time we give them will be enough, and I hope
I'm not saying that.
You'll have that time.
I'm saying if you think you can make it back here in 2 years.
Potentially.
Besides, I do have trust. They start walking by you. You guys would make your way going down. As you do, you would leave the area, and you would find, as soon as you leave, you would be back in the Quietmarch.
Yep.
Cavelli and Law,
What up, man?
you guys would have touched something at the end of the hall. As you did, you would see that a bunch of the shadows behind you seem to act sporadically, and almost immediately you look back and you notice that both the paladin as well as Fabio walk out from their doors.
Oh, there you are. That was quite fast.
Is it fast? I thought it was all relative.
It wasn't that fast, but time seemed to have jumped.
If you really need to use the... What do you mean it jumped?
Yeah, time went forward while me and Cyan were in that room. The shadows kept moving around.
That didn't happen with
shadows
us.
shadow.
Acted. Well, so you guys didn't see it, but Fabio did.
Nothing happened in the library.
Also, those guys acted a bit sporadic. Does that have anything to do?
I did not witness them acting sporadic.
We had tried to enter a door in that area. Turns out it was what is commonly known as a wall. So we attempted to try this area over here, and it seemed to have moved things forward, perhaps.
Oh. Then that's definitely what happened.
Well, let's not
Also-
move it too far forward. We have to be sure to be at a place in 2 years or something.
I understand. I didn't know I would move forward.
Also, This room here was not connected to the magic that's doing the thing. It is in the Quietmarch, and it's an attic room underground.
That's strange. Disconnected
only that.
from... Okay, there's more.
There is a skeleton in there that is, from what Cyan was saying, 5,000 years old. It's pristine.
What?
And she may need the Paladin's help in trying to find anything out from it.
You sure it's not just me?
It's been going through the loops. And now it's 5,000 years old.
It's most likely not me then.
It is definitely not you. No, it's not. It's nearly as big.
Well, then I suppose I should. Oh, the headmaster thinks you're ready to leave the tower now.
Oh, that's good to hear.
You specifically.
Why me specifically? I haven't done anything.
The headmaster asked for my opinion, and I gave it.
Why?
I appear to be confused of the... Was he asking for someone to take outside and you said... That's what I'm understanding. You said Fabio.
Yes, which one was ready to go out on an expedition? Which one, what was the word?
He had asked which one had affected you the most.
Right. I said Fabio.
That feels wrong for some reason, but I can't put my finger on why.
I would not be here were it not for your efforts. What?
That doesn't feel right for some reason. I've got a nagging feeling that doesn't feel right.
Why?
I don't know.
Just
You're
have a
being
weird.
weird. We
Feeling.
have to figure things out. We can't worry about your feelings.
In any case, we can think about it later. In any case, I made contact with my associate. She will do what she can in 2 years' time. Hopefully we can give her that time. But she is aware she's in the loop, and she understands the use of the chalk sticks are meaningless in our efforts. But they're not out of options yet. We still have time.
Then should we go and speak to the teacher and the rest of us go and check on Dakar?
Yes, I trust that you all will be able to make progress without me there.
We'll have to. I would say good luck with the skeleton, but it seems more worrying than not. I simply hope things will be better.
That's all we can do. Do not lose your hope.
You have to hold on to something.
We all do.
Okay. Are the rest of you going over to see Dakar then?
Let's go see your beautiful Dakar.
Gonna go see your sugar daddy?
How's the sugar daddy
You're
going?
giving all more money.
He won't stop.
How much do you have by now?
Around 36 class.
You are making money at a snail's pace.
If it were any faster, I'd actually feel good about it. I don't know.
Yeah, here you go.
Black, you make your way into the unconnected attic storage in the Quietmarch, quote unquote. No, there's not even an unquote. There's just a quote. That's not even a quote. It's a bracket. It's half a bracket.
It's a fucking left parentheses.
You're doing so good. Keep going.
There we go. As you make your way in, you do find stepping into this room, just like with Fabio, the entire room seems very off, seems very Quietmarchy. Looking up toward the windows that would normally most likely show sky and the area around, you see only stone and crystal from the Quietmarch. As you step over to Saiyan, they appear to be looking down at this skeleton. As you look to the skeleton, Black, you do find that with your eyes of truth seeing somewhat, you do find that there is somewhat of a presence about the skeleton. You find that there is somewhat of a almost like layering over the skeleton. You see bits and pieces of other such things, like almost like spiritual things about it. As you look down to it, it seems to be showing you a extremely old and decrepit man. However, obviously dead.
So this is the 5,000-year-old body.
Yes, from what I can tell, it is quite a specimen. I figured something out as well.
What did you figure out?
This. She reaches down, and as she does, she scrapes the area beneath the skeleton and pulls up what appears to be dust from under him. At first, I thought this might be dust from his bones or dust from other things. The more I look at it, the more it reminds me of that chalk you had.
Interesting.
Not only that, I motion towards this man's bones to you. As you look to them, you may notice something I did not. As I look to it more, I see cracks. I see as if bone has healed or as if bone has grown. It does not do that on bodies that are deceased. I feel odd in saying this, but I almost feel as if this skeleton is alive.
He just kneels down and examines this thing more.
I believe it is being harvested. For magic or for bones or for spiritual things, I do not know. But I believe that it is here and it is being kept from returning to its time. It is being kept out of the loops. I'm guessing for some reason or another.
What match did you say I see kind of floating on this thing?
You see, again, as if there's another being almost superimposed over it, kind of like layered over it. You see what appears to be a very decrepit old man laying there. Again, 5,000 years old, so most likely. Yeah. But
what do I is there anything about this old man that I recognize?
Not immediately. Looking at the features of the ghostly image over them, roll me for your focus, please. See if there's anything I can give you. It is going to be a tough check because this thing is very old, and again, you're almost looking at a clear ghostly image over top of it.
Listen, it's fine. Probably. No.
Yeah. Roll me one more time, please.
Okay. He doesn't want to go in the fucking hole.
Well, tell it to.
There you go.
A 2 and a 3. Worse. Unfortunately, a 2 and a 3 does not work.
Nope. Didn't think so.
You can't get much from looking at it. As you look to the areas that Sam points out, you do find that whenever you go to its fingers and to its other digits, the areas that seem to have cracks and as if bone has grown, you see that the ghostly image that's laying there, they don't have those digits. You find as you go to the fingers and the toes and even other smaller bones, the ribs and other things on this skeletal ghostly image below you, you find that the ghost does not have those. As if whenever these things were ripped or broken off, they broke off parts of the ghost.
His soul is fractured, harvested with his appendages, smoking pieces here and here.
In all my years of practicing necromancy and seeing the grudges of the old skeletons and beings out there, I've never seen something like this.
It's very advanced and old necromancy, I'm sure. I don't recognize his face.
I can try to remove the grudges, and I can try to have them purified, as I usually do with skeletons. It should, at the very least, allow rest to whatever being this is.
I don't know if it's grudges. It's like someone layered the soul over top of the bones. This isn't a normal kind of possession.
If there is spirit there, I can get it out, is what I'm meaning.
He just kind of turns the head towards him, and he just looks at Andy, I guess in undead talk. Can you hear me?
As you turn the head towards you, you do see that the ghostly form almost seems to feel and move as that happens. You see the very old and tired eyes of the ghostly form somewhat open and look to you. As you speak to it, I would like you to roll me for your negotiation, please.
Oh boy, I'm great at that one.
You are the only one that can roll negotiation with this thing.
Yay! Oh, here we go.
I would like one more time, please.
Yeah, that's an 11. It's higher than a 10.
I'm giving you advantage on things with ghostly apparitions and whatnot. That is an 18.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you had advantage last time as well.
Yay.
As you look to them and as you talk to them, as you try to get them to answer you, they're very like wrinkled and very like gaunt looking mouth opens and looks as if they speak to you, but nothing comes out. As you wait and you watch, they do seem to notice as they try again and again, looking as if they try to enunciate more and more every time, until finally you do see them look to you. As they do, they took my robe.
They took your robe.
If this was a student or a teacher here, then their robe should not have disappeared on them. So yes, it does look like whoever came to this body had taken its possessions. The robe, the ones we wear here, they are extremely resilient. They are protective of those that wear them, so most likely, even if 5,000 years would have passed, it would still be here, yes.
What color?
They look back to you and they enunciate. As they do, they say blue.
A blue robe.
A scholarly student, then, or teacher.
Black looks and contemplates. He looks at this thing. Headmaster?
Saiyan looks to you as you say that, and then looks down toward the skeleton as the ghostly visage of the headmaster nods to you, Black.
I'm sorry to see you like this.
Headmaster? But we've seen them. We've seen them inside of the loops.
Who did this to you?
He begins to try to enunciate. As he does, as he calls outward towards you, you are only able to pick up from his lips the boy. However, as soon as they look like they are straining, as soon as they look like they are trying to say more, the spirit on them seems to grow weary and fall back, as if the spirit died and left behind a spirit corpse in some way.
Behold my ghost.
The boy. His last utterance.
It will not be his last. All right, if this is the headmaster, I believe I can do this.
You're going to try and resurrect him.
That is impossible. I cannot give his spirit rest, not while there are still questions, and certainly not while he himself cannot remember or say what he is trying to do. What I can do, they look over to you, is I can try to overlap him.
What does that mean?
I can attempt to fish his memories out and overlap them onto you.
Like what, like the boy did to his bones?
It would not be pleasant, but you would be able to know everything they know, at least from their recent history.
He thinks for a moment about this.
I can only do this with a powerful undead, not one that I can summon, except potentially the horse that I had, but it is gone. I would need something powerful, something that can take on grudges such as theirs, and I cannot see it working on anything but you. I do not know exactly what would happen. You're powerful, you would not die to it, but there could be other side effects.
I know who I am, and I will not forget that. And I know why I'm here.
This spirit is too weak to overpower your memory.
If it gives him some rest, then I will do it. Knowledge be damned, I can't let something exist like this.
They look to you. As they do, they bring their hands atop the spirit. With your eyes, you can see the magics that they're using. While it doesn't affect the skeleton, you do see that the ghostly corpse that is over top of the skeleton seems to slightly rise. You find, as she begins chanting in an old tongue, that she begins to shake as she's holding it, as if she's starting to lift a heavier and heavier weight. As she lifts it high and high up, she moves the spirit over in your direction. And it seems to fall over you. You bring your hand forward, you look as if for a second you try to grasp at it. However, the corpse-like spirit in front of you changes briefly right before touching you. You see what appears to be a small sphere around the size of a marble come to you. As it does, you take it into yourself, and you're immediately flooded with some information. It feels overwhelming, Black. I would like for you to lose your shield, please.
Oh. Okay.
You don't have a lot of it. It's good for you. I would like you to please lose your 15 shield. And then I'm going to roll this dice for damage on you.
Which die?
Don't worry about that.
Oh,
Sanity damage,
You will
baby.
take 18 damage.
ow.
As you feel this damage you in some way, just the sheer confusion on from the spirit entering you, you find for a second as you begin stumbling, you almost feel strange weight along your hands, along your arms, along your face. As you struggle against it briefly, you stumble and into one of the emptied large husks of boxes and barrels and things around you. You feel the answers are now there, but you can't make sense of them yet. You look around, and almost like a That's So Raven brain blast kind of thing happens as you see what appears to be a dark room, a person making their way toward you as a skeleton laying upon the ground and seemingly breaking the bones of your fingers and toes off before you feel them regrowing. You feel that that is your most recent memory, and that has happened countless times, where you have lost your fingers, your toes, and your ribs constantly. Maybe you will gain more memories that go even further than that, but for the time being, that is just the feeling you get for the past probably 1,000 or so years. It's just the constant someone coming in, ripping out of bones and regrowing them over and over and over. As you come to, looking down toward the skeleton below the two of you, you see the skeleton has fallen to dust. Black, are you okay?
God. Still there. Still there. All right. Bastard.
You will likely take a bit of time to... Strange.
I remember something.
You remember? What do you mean?
1,000 years. Maybe more, maybe less. They just keep taking, constantly breaking, harvesting me.
We should get you to the others. Perhaps the Coatl or something can aid you.
Do I recognize what was that person? Do I recognize anything?
Nope, you had no eyes at the time. You were a skeleton.
Couldn't see, no eyes.
But you were conscious of it.
Is that what the dragon was feeling? Is that what they did to her? Oh, I'm gonna burn this tower down.
The two of you walk out. As you do, the others, you find as you make your way over around Dakar has, for a second, seems to be more occupied with the orb than with you. However, it truly is a wonderful design. In fact, if it were not for what we had to do, I would feel bad about this. He grips onto the orb in front of him, and as he does, you see his claws grip into and break into the glass of the orb. And now... He does it again. He seems to shove his hand into the most of it, grabbing something on the inside. You see bits of blood coming down his hand as he grips onto it and seems to grip into the center of this orb and shatter it from the inside.
Uh,
A simple task.
you say that you just didn't destroy an orb with your claw.
Oh yeah, that hurt a lot.
That looks, yeah, you look to be bleeding. Are you alright?
Oh yes, it happens. Bleeding?
Is this something
yes,
you
a
do
lot.
often?
Oh, I bleed all the time. I use blood magic for most of
I
my
suppose.
things. So yeah, it stings a lot.
We watched him rip it off scales for his spell in there.
Hopefully
Yes,
yes,
yes.
but I figured that was a different scenario.
Oh yes, that was a lot more like taking off a scab. This is more like crushing glass in your hand.
Yes, it did seem that you crushed glass in your
You at
hand,
least
if I
have
had
to
to
get the
guess.
glass out, right?
Just looks down to the hand. As he does, he just moves his hand back and forth. It's probably nothing.
We should look. We should take care of that, but
Before
Bring your
that,
hand at the glass, it'll be fine.
before that, he puts his hand out and he seems to wave it into the air in front of him. As he does, I believe I feel tugs from all over the place here. Several places throughout this hall. And you've got to be kidding me.
What?
He puts his hand over and away from himself. He seems to trail it around until his hand seems to somewhat stop right before the desk. No.
The robes?
I am tracking the orb.
are you saying the orb is in there?
I believe it is in there.
How do we get it open?
He starts walking over toward the desk. As he does, he sits down in front of the drawers, just sort of staring at them. We could try to pick the locks. Cavelli could do relatively well with it, though if there are any magical trickeries happening, if they make a mistake, then we will most likely lose more of this desk. That being said...
Well, thankfully, I'm not going to make any mistakes.
That being said, finding the actual keys would be difficult, so I do think it would be worth the risk. Besides, even if the orb inside is destroyed, I should be able to use it to find where it used to be. Meaning that one should lead me to the actual treasury.
And, can I leave? You would like to try?
Hey, trying implies I'm not going to do it, but I got to do it. So let's not
I have
even...
to say try just in case it breaks and we all have to feel bad for a moment.
It's not
We're
gonna
not gonna
break.
feel- We're not going to feel bad. That's going to get me a little nervous. What's going to happen is I'm going to do fantastic. We're all going to celebrate. And you know what? I might even get another pudding.
She might get another pudding. You can't say that they won't, Law. There could be anything in there. There could even be pudding.
I suppose inside of a desk, anything could be in there, besides the thing that we already know is in there, but there could also be pudding, I suppose.
Cavelli. And by Cavelli, I mean someone who's going to roll for Cavelli. I would like for a technique roll, please.
Would you like to put anything in the roll? Because you have a bunch of immunities, you have a bunch of hero dice.
Yeah, do you want anything or just raw?
Put everything I can.
Okay.
What combination? Do you want
So
3 immunity, 3 hero, combination of the two?
To make things easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
just keep it simple.
They have the most of these, so they have the most to use of these.
Let's keep it shrimple.
Also, I just did some tests,
Return this one.
and unplugging all my monitors gives the same exact scenario.
Okay, we'll
So
talk
I'm
more about
pretty
it later.
sure the graphics card.
Yeah, we'll check on it in a bit. That being said, that is a
Like
natural
a
one from Cavelli.
Yeah, it's like a 1.
Did they get a thing?
That is a natural one from Cavelli.
Yeah, that's a 1.
That adding on to that, the 4 from the dice and the 5 from Cavelli's technique, means that is a natural 1 for Cavelli.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
That being said, making sure that they don't have anything. They don't have anything to reroll that kind of a check. So,
yeah.
I think that's a fail.
But what about the fleeting that just happened in chat right now?
Cavelli, you go to
Right.
use your claw. As you do, you find that there is another shake, and it does look like a larger crack appears on the top of the desk. That being said, the desk is still intact.
You know, maybe I won't use my claws. Hold on. Does anyone have like a little wire or?
Do you want to try again?
Yes.
Roll me one more time, my guys.
All right, I'm gonna go
Put
ahead.
in whatever you want to
Yeah,
put
just
in.
grab more of these. Yeah, grab more of those. Yeah, there you go.
Only
Hey, you
have
took one
3.
too many.
There you go, there you
Hey,
go,
the
there you
You know, that's what I
police.
was trying. That's why I was
La
trying. to get
la
only
policia.
3.
Give you like a 2. Let me please away. You roll the dice. See if you can do better than I did.
See if you can do better.
I believe that I can do just so much better. I believe in the chat that believes in me, that believes that the Cavelli can 100% get this.
You're
roll
really
done.
borrowing for these fleetings.
I am, in fact, hoping for fleetings.
Hey, 19.
That is a
It
19.
says
Roll me again.
19. Yay!
Again. What, roll for a fucking 20? Come on.
I mean, there's a fleeting. I have to have you roll.
That is true.
The 19 this time. You find that using it on one of these locks, I want to know, are you using it on the top left, the middle left, or the middle right? Oh, wait, no, you guys know which one you're going in.
Yeah, because the car.
Yeah.
would
The
tell us.
car told you. Okay, you make your way to the middle right. As you do, you open it up as you find inside what appears to be a blue orb. And this time, when I say blue orb, I mean it is a lot bluer than the last one.
It's a little bluer.
As you find this blue orb on the inside of the thing, you look to it. You find that it is giving off a nice bit of magical energy, from what you can tell. You also find that as soon as you do look to it, this is whenever Black would make their way out.
Yeah, the door just slams open.
Again, there is no door.
You're back.
You walk out from a wall.
The wall slams.
The wall slams open.
You slam the shield against the walls if you open the door.
How about there's a slight vibration on the floor as the paladin enters the room?
Yeah. The slam was why you not won the first time. No.
yeah, but you shake. It was a. Ooh.
No. As you come out, you look over toward them, Black. You see that they are holding a blue orb. It looks very similar to the one you recognize. This one's a lot more similar to the one you recognized than the last one, though this one is still slightly discolored. Cavelli, you did it.
Yay!
Good job,
All this
Cavelli.
effort for all this effort for balls.
Okay, you know. You knew it was in there.
I know, just I thought this one would be like a little prettier or something.
Did you really want the pudding that bad?
Well, I wasn't thinking of the pudding, but now that you're bringing it up, now I want the pudding because you brought it up. Thanks, Law.
I will say
If I
this
bring it
one will
out,
be
Quaddle will also jump me.
this one will be very much more easy to determine. I feel a lot more magic coming from this one. Different magic, but magic nonetheless.
Do you think I could fix a graphics card?
No.
I don't know what that is, so yes.
Where did you find this?
It was inside of the desk here.
No. Really?
It was in there, yes.
That was his thing, right?
That was
he
the
made it?
exact reaction of the car made. You were very correct.
I mean, it makes sense. This is the headmaster's desk, and they were the one that made that.
Still not the right one.
Hmm.
But we are closer.
Speaking of the headmaster,
Oh, the skeleton was the headmaster. He's been treated like the dragoness, being harvested for his bones.
Excuse me, what?
Bones?
His bones.
No. You start this from the beginning. You're saying the headmaster was a skeleton inside of that area?
His soul forcibly trapped over his corpse so that the bones would constantly regrow, yes.
That's quite grim.
Why is this academy so goddamn gross?
Because it's an academy full of wizards.
I
Yeah,
will
see
tell
the
you
old-
this, that is not what we teach at this academy.
No, you just teach necromancy.
Which is fine.
Regular necromancy, as she said, is a necessary thing. This sounds way different than that.
Normal necromancy is neutral. This is vile and evil. One that requires a malicious intent.
Well, either way, we have this orb now, so now we can find out where this treasury is.
Yeah. While I'm here, should I open the other drawers?
Sure.
Bella, do you want to open one of the other ones?
Yep.
Top
So-
left or middle left?
Top left.
Someone
Let's
roll
see
me
which
another
one first.
technique, please.
Let's go again.
Go.
Let's
go.
bring more of your dice.
Let's go.
Whatever.
Gambling.
Let's
Yay.
go again.
Let's go gambling.
That's a very good one.
Ooh.
It's a
pretty
plus
fun one.
five.
It'd be a shame if someone nat one.
No problems. Watch me do my magic.
Oh,
That's the opposite of a 1.
That is a
Nat
natural
20.
20. That is a nat 30.
yeah, it is.
Easy.
Goddamn.
Easy.
Cavelli,
Reverse psychology.
which one did you say you wanted? The top left or the middle left?
Top.
You walk over to the top of the desk. You just sort of like bang on the top of it and go, "Ay," and it opens.
Notice the crack kind of got into lock, so didn't think it worked, but you know it kind of did.
The crack got into the lock. Perfect. You find as you open up the thing there, you see what appears to be a strange diamond, seemingly made from metal. As you look to it, you see what appears to be a spitting image of Saiyan's a little crest thing they have in the center of their outfit.
Hello.
As she looks to it, that is very similar to my... They motion to their chest. I mentioned this earlier. This is a bag of sorts. It holds on to an item. Though this one should be the only one.
Well, meet its brother.
Does that mean it has something in it?
Potentially, yes. It should. These hold on to one item, no matter the size.
All right, let's see what Juanito has.
The one that put it in is usually the only one that can bring it out. Though, perhaps it will work because it is mine.
It's worth a try, right?
She takes it into her hand. As she does, I'm going to roll for Saiyan. And by me, I mean one of you roll for Saiyan, please.
I'll roll. I've got this.
Give it a good shake.
Though unfortunately she's an NPC, she does not have any of the
No, just roll good.
funny dice.
Just roll good.
I'll just roll good.
Just roll it. Just roll it good.
I'm rolling. See, I rolled good.
So
good.
I don't believe that's true.
You find that as you do this, as you attempt to, or as she attempts to bring her hand over top of it, it appears to be repelled. Yes, this is only the person who put it in can open it. As long as they still live, this is unfortunately locked.
Black looks down at his hand and then reaches for the thing.
They hand it to you.
He tries to take whatever's in there out.
Does not work. That being said, Black, do you want to roll me for your focus, please, as you hold this in your hand?
Yeah, okay.
Focus.
Man, that was easy. Focus is it's like 2, right?
You can't use this. You're just kind of looking at it. Kind of look at it. Do a little looky-loo. One of those little lookos.
One of those eyeball looking things.
18.
Black, looking at this and then looking over at the one that Saiyan has on their chest, you note that you may know the person who owns this. This appears to be the exact same design as that belt buckle that that Blue seems to have.
Oh, God damn it.
In fact, looking over at Saiyan and their lovely sleeves, which by the way, I love their sleeves. You take note that the sleeves that they seem to have on theirs seems to be the same sleeves that Blue now uses in their feminine form.
Oh, God damn it.
Is there something wrong?
I've been mentioning it ever since she showed up. In this fucking campaign. I kept going, she has really nice sleeves.
I mean, I saw it, but I didn't want to say it out loud because I wouldn't know that yet.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
her sleeves.
he just looks
I
at
think you
Sam.
outright said it before, but no, I commented.
She does have nice long hair too, kind of similar-ish.
Similar enough.
My only dreams is to be a MILF, I do agree.
Yeah.
It's almost as if certain aspects of them they really liked.
He just looks at this thing and just looks at Say and just looks at everyone. Yeah, I know who this is.
That's so.
So then you know the person that's taken the place of the principal, right?
I know who stole the headmaster's robe, and I know who took this, and I know who's going to take Saiyan's outfit. God damn it, Sour.
What?
He just tosses
What do
the
you
thing
mean?
on the desk. It's his fucking belt buckle. He just holds this thing, like he holds up the thing and then tosses on the desk.
My
That's
prince
his
would
fucking robe.
never do something like that.
I'm sure when the headmaster's memories kick into my brain, it'll be quite the opposite story, Koala.
It would
Wait.
make sense. Hold on. Can I look at that list again?
Yeah, you can.
Is Cyroware listed in there at all?
The prince is not listed there.
If the fake orb is in this
This
desk.
is not the headmaster's desk.
No, it's not. It's his desk. God damn it, of course it'd be this bad off.
Was the room y'all got it from not the headmaster's room? Or is he the one behind this whole thing happening?
From what I'm understanding from the paladin, it seems that the headmaster is indisposed.
I'm saying.
And everything else in this desk lines up. The drawings of Coatl, this gem, and the orb now. As well as the first person in this list being the headmaster.
It is a suspect list, but the one that wrote it is apparently the prince. I keep saying he wouldn't do that.
I've
never remembered everything. I've remembered everything. All of my different times here, all the different loops. It's never been him.
Coatl, it's not him. It's Arch Enemy, isn't it? Only gonna make sense then, right? Even though he was trying to get out, maybe he got sucked into the time loop in some way.
You guys are pretty sure that he was released. Seeing as, you know, Kyle's brother was able to get the thing that they got.
I know, but that means that it's him!
It's almost
well, we do know that every, 10 years, you and him separate, right?
According to Anthea, the first 10 years go by relatively well. Then they turn their back and you or him disappear, and then the other shortly follows. At which point, the last 10 years are whenever things apparently pick up, with the prince apparently escaping somehow. But we don't know what happens in the 60 interim. All right. There's one way we can figure this out.
Is it opening up the last desk drawer, or is it something actually useful?
All looks to black. We just need to find the prince. You know where their energy is, right?
Yes, and I'll gain more information in time. It's jumbled in there now, but Saiyan did layer whatever was left of the headmaster's spirit onto me. Eventually, it'll all come together.
Then let's just go to the prince. Let's see what happens when we see them. And at this point, there's only one mystery left. Why does the prince always die whenever they're retrieved from this place?
Right. And if nothing comes of this, then I'll meet with my contact in the library.
It'll be good to also go and see them to just see how long has transpired. Which way is the prince's energy? And I doubt that we should split up this time, just in case.
Oh, yes.
Which room is it, Decap?
Looking around, you find that currently the prince is in... making sure there was the time jump. Oddly enough, you find the prince here.
The Templar room?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
All right.
You could always wait for them to go somewhere else.
They are there with the Templars.
Well, I mean, apparently you can just go press the wall over there and time will go forward, right? We don't have to go near the Templars if you don't want to.
Why is he with the Templars?
I don't
There's only
know.
one way to find out.
You guys want to go there?
All I know is that in this time they're even less tolerant of mages than my time was. Which is impressive.
Smooth.
In that sad sort of way.
If we're going to go there, then I believe we should decide on a certain group of people to go. All of us appearing there in front of that many witnesses may be difficult.
Is the orb secure?
I have it right here. I'm going to try to do what I did before and see if I can have it lead me to the treasury.
You bleeding?
Oh yes, I crushed the last one in my hand and impaled myself with glass.
Well, if we had to assume if there is another door over there, that might be it.
Cavalian law would say that they could not find a door there.
There's no door there.
It seemed to have a mythical wall blocking the way.
Oh. I see.
Interesting. Well, I'm going in there. That's for certain.
You guys want to bring anybody else, or will it be the four of you, plus Toledo and Albert?
If the only other person I could think of would be Coatl, specifically to bring.
Bring in Coatl.
But if y'all don't want to, that's fine.
So that makes sense to me.
I'm not opposed.
She hasn't gotten to see him in a while anyway, but this is about to be weird.
Yep, yeah, it is.
You guys make your way into the Templar's room. As you do.
Normal lighting.
We'll move over to the side over here. Boop. You find there's a room filled with Templars doing their jobs. They are fighting amongst themselves, doing their thing. You find that at the very end, the leader of the Templars is standing, just sort of looking off and around, beside of which you do see what appears to be Zadoer. They appear to be standing uncomfortably next to him, looking around with a look of as if they're trying to pretend like they're doing something at this point. In front of them, there is a small desk and appears to be a writing instrument. He appears to be taking notes. You guys make your way inside.
What's going on in this room exactly?
These three groups of Templars seem to be fighting. They seem to be training, doing their things. But it looks like mostly it's just regular drills. It looks like at the very end of the hall, again, the leader of the Templars is standing watch over all of them, and behind them in a small desk is a Zadoer, just sort of taking notes.
Taking notes?
He appears to be taking notes.
Louis hasn't looked a fucking finger in his entire existence with
Did you hear what I said before all that?
I know. I just think it's funny still.
He was, whenever he was sitting here, I'll give you more context, the same I gave in the beginning. He looks like he's sitting there uncomfortably, a writing utensil in front, pretending like he's doing something.
Yeah.
You're doing so good.
Okay, he's pretending. That makes more sense. Because Lou has never looked a figure in his life since I've been around, you see. Anyway. They're fighting. He's just gonna walk up to the fucking desk.
I can change the music. It's been too dark for too long. Let's do this one.
No, it's normal. Yay!
Normal music.
You make your
that
walk.
We can definitely hear.
As you step forward. Good. I'm glad you can definitely hear it.
Yeah, it's so
forward,
good that we can hear it.
Yeah, I'm glad as well. As you step forward, you guys see the things going on and doing things of such and things happening.
Anyway. I mean, if no one's gonna stop him, I mean, we're here to talk to Blue, so...
I understand. I just don't know. We
Black's just gonna keep going.
right at the same time. Like, what is this?
Black, you walk up toward the area. Do all of you walk there with Black?
Fuck it. Why not at this point?
As all of you walk, Zaro! There is a running past as the Templar watches as the Coatl runs by and goes over to Zardoer, who is sitting there like, oh, hey, Coatl, what are you doing here? I'm not supposed to bring any summons here. It just looks like the Templar watches them and then stares back toward the rest of you.
I just got really bored is all. Yeah, I got bored. I got really bored of waiting where I was waiting.
You're being a little weird, but okay, yeah, I'm glad to see you.
Well, he just looks at the three of you. He just looks back at the commander. Commander, there is.
So you deem it time to speak to me now. There must be a catastrophe happening outside.
I cannot call it a catastrophe, but there are some tragedies happening.
This must be strange indeed to have you come back after the beating that I gave you. It appears that these last few years you've just been hanging about with your tail between your legs. Do you see it fit to finally challenge me again?
Is that all you're concerned with?
It is not my concern. However, you have been very lethargic lately. You've been unbecoming of one that should be here doing their duties. And now you finally make your way here, but you bring your way here with students in tow to our training. They better be in trouble.
The headmaster has seen it fit to send some people out on an expedition.
I have been told. And I was also told that you are the one that's going to be involved with it.
Yes.
Fine. Are these the ones you have chosen?
They have quite a lot of aptitude, yes.
Seems your favorite is there as well.
I have no favorites.
Seems the only one you were deigned to mention in front of the headmaster is there.
He mentioned he asked for only one name.
It doesn't matter to me what's up with these students. That being said, why have you stepped in front of me then, if not to challenge me?
They wish to speak with Zardoer about joining the expedition with them. Seeing as you are here with him, I deemed it only appropriate to approach you about some things.
The prince will not leave. They are not ready. They have yet to complete a simple task in their years here at the academy. That is why they are my new errand boy.
Being a squire will be equal to performing magical arts here.
It is more than they deserve. At the moment, if they do not have any way of producing any kind of results, then yes.
There is no dissuading this course of action.
All they must do is show me they can perform one simple task. One simple summoning, and they will be able to leave. Until then, he looks back toward them. The prince will do something of worth to the academy. Whether that is magically or not. Whether I have to beat every single lesson into you or not. I've already tried lifting
stuff. Dainty baby arms.
You still find it easy to talk back, I see. How about you go out and spar again?
Oh, you don't want that.
He points toward the group that is over in this section over here. Go. You obviously haven't learned the lesson from the last time. Don't worry. They will not hold back.
Fun. Yeah. Cool. I'll be right back. I might need your help when I come back.
You see Blue just get up with a sigh and shunt his way over in the direction of the area. You do note, looking over at them as they move, there is a slight limp as they walk over there.
He's limping.
Hey, Deco.
He has been training hard. Not hard enough, but hard.
What's up, Fabio?
As he's walking by, I would sure love to give him my funny little fire protect spell.
Is there any way to cast that subtly? Because Jesus Christ,
There's
brother.
no way to cast that subtly, and I don't care. There's no way to cast it subtly. I'm Fabio.
Fabio,
attitude.
you will find that with a fire protect, he will be encircled by a bubble of fire.
Mm-hmm. You know what? No, enchant. Oh, enchant him. That'll be better.
You wish to add a d6 to his weapon attacks?
Well, what do you think would be the best option here, then? I could give him flow. I could make him move more.
You could.
Or is it better not to do anything at all?
You could give him overwhelm.
You know what? You're right. I'll give him overwhelm.
I think out of everything, that's probably the best option. It's not gonna do anything that you want, like, unfortunately, because it's him. But I mean, it'd help maybe.
It's something. Hashtag it's something.
You cast a spell off in the direction. You find that your feathers give a slight glow as you do. As this happens, Zaro steps over there and yeah, he's getting ready to spar.
He's ready.
These
He's
two
ready.
step
He's
out of the
got
way
all.
as he's put in front of one of the knights in training. I'll roll for an attack. How about now that he has overwhelm? I'll roll for an attack now that he has overwhelm. How about that? Let's do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll roll the d4. Great job, buddy. Let's roll the
You
d4.
did so good.
I don't know, even a 10 will hit.
God damn it. God damn it, Zaro. I tried.
You guys all watch as Zara goes over, is given the smallest blade that they have. It looks as if he can't even wield that correctly. As he is almost instantly thrown off his feet with the spear and immediately taken down.
I see.
It is a work in progress.
That would imply things are in progress.
Prince!
And there's
You see the Coatl run up and just start hammering their hands against the knight.
I'll get him. I'll get him for sure.
0 damage, 0 damage, 0 damage, 0 damage.
As you can see, he is not ready to leave the tower, neither magically nor physically. If you wish to speak, go ahead. But they will not leave without my permission. He begins to walk. As he does, he motions toward the group that's closest to the door. As he motions to them, the three of them walk out after him as he seems to leave. You look over as one of the Templars helps get Zarar to his feet. The other one just is watching, and this one is looking back and forth to the higher ups, wondering if he should defend himself or not. That's enough. We're good. Let's go. I'm gonna get you next time.
I have never been so embarrassed in my life. And that's a long time.
He makes his way back over to his notes. As he does, you make your way over toward him and his notes. You do find he has been taking notes. You see on his notes what appears to be pictures of dragons.
My voice has been noodling.
Okay.
Hey, it's you guys again.
It's us again, yes.
I haven't seen you in quite a while, not Paladin. I haven't seen you in quite a while. You made your way outside a few weeks ago, did you not?
Or a short stint, yes.
And you guys haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, sorry about that. We keep getting taken out as well.
He looks over. I mean, Law, you've graduated by now, right?
You need to stop asking me that question before I start feeling bad.
Oh, you haven't?
How many years does it take to graduate from this place usually?
I mean, as far as usually is concerned, you have no idea. But you do know that last time Law was around, he asked the same thing, and that was about 3 to 4 doors ago for you. So at the very least 4 weeks, probably a lot longer.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen you guys around. I thought you were all making your way outside. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
It's good to see you too.
Come on, Quaddle.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Yeah.
I found that.
There you go. He pats her on the head.
She's extremely impatient. I found her stomping around outside in a huff. Several huffs.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
It kind of is. I think I made the headmaster pretty mad the other day.
Oh, why?
Did he hit you again?
Well, that's the funny part. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but he's kind of like me, a little stringy, doesn't really hurt. They hit a lot worse. Points over toward the the knights. They hit a lot worse. It hurts a lot more. Well, I told him last time that I wasn't really doing well in school because maybe they weren't teaching me right. I asked where Miss Saiyan was, that, you know, the one time I ever did actually do good in class was whenever I was in necromancy, and he got, I guess, hot-tempered. I'm not entirely sure, but he started asking me where she was, and I didn't have an answer for him. I thought he knew. She must have found a way out. I don't know. Finally got out from graduating is what I thought, but doesn't seem like it. Either way, after that, I started coming here for daily exercises, and that eventually turned into me not going to any other class but here.
And you developed a lip from it.
I've
Developed some things. Stomach pain. My joints hurt a lot from running.
That makes sense.
I bled from my ears yesterday.
I see, you're a hostage.
How did you bleed from your ears?
Oh, well, you see, he hit me in my head, and then I started bleeding from my head, and it hurt a lot.
It really sounds like, I'm just gonna be honest here, it sounds like they're just failing you at this point. They're not being able to teach you in the way that you need to be taught.
I mean, they eventually want me to do something, right? I don't really have much going on. I've been here for 7 years, and I still don't have anything to show for it.
Nothing at all?
I mean, the first time I was here, I brought out Coatl, and I have the devil vines, but neither of them really listen, and I don't really have any way to give them more strength or take away from their strength or anything. I found something, but I don't know where it's at anymore.
What is it?
Yeah, well, I was watching the headmaster, and he was over in the trophy room. Whenever I was watching him, he seemed to do something with one of the trophies there, and whenever he left, I watched which one he was messing with, and it was the one with the big orb thing, but I think he replaced it. I'm not entirely sure what it was or what it was about, but then I got a little curious, and he reaches into his pocket. As he does, he pulls out what appears to be a broken small sphere like a marble. I tried messing about with it, but this is the only one I have on me. The other one I had kind of disappeared.
That's strange.
I was trying to see if I couldn't, I don't know, mess about with it. The one that he put in the trophy room was a lot simpler than the one that was there before, so he shrugs. I thought I could maybe make it.
That's pretty good progress, isn't it?
This one was a failure.
Making...
The other one, I got a lot closer. It was more stable. I could probably make a bigger one, but I'd need to get out of here.
And I'm probably going to guess that the headmaster wouldn't take too kindly if you're basically doing what he did.
Well, I thought if I did it better, then he'd have to, right?
You're confident enough to try and recreate a man's life's work.
How do I put it? Every time he talks about it like he doesn't know anything about it. Like he's ripping it straight from a book, you know? It's almost like he wasn't the one to do it. Ever since I started noticing it, I started finding myself more and more drawn to it. It felt familiar, but it also felt, I don't know, a little exciting. So I started looking into it. I started reading the books that he apparently wrote. I started going through all the different steps that he made whenever he made it, and I can guarantee you, if you put the two of us in a room, I could probably recite that book a lot better than he can.
You probably could.
I think I can do it better. It's like he either stole someone else's work, or, I don't know, maybe he got hit too hard on the head.
Say you can accomplish this. What do you intend to do with it?
Shove it in his face and graduate?
And if they find that to be lacking?
I won't let it be. He smiles over at you. I'm confident that I can make something a lot better than the one, even the one that he took before that. I've looked at it, I've seen all the data, and I know the places that it can be improved. I may not be able to summon as well as him or bring out anything but these two, but I think I don't need to. These two are impressive enough. And like everybody said before, looks over toward you guys, I don't really see controlling them as something I need to work on. I can't do it. It's not something I'm able to do. But if I can learn this, then that thing has so much more use in it. For either storage or magic or anything.
If you could control your summons, like others control theirs, would you?
If it's just Coatl and the devil vines? He looks over to Coatl. No. I don't think so.
Would you do it to any creature you were able to summon?
I guess it would depend. I mean, that's sort of the point in a lot of cases. Take creatures that either go on rampages or do something that needs to be taken away and bring them under your control, right? That's one of the duties we're supposed to have. But I don't see why I shouldn't just leave that to somebody else. If I'm not good at it, then I'm not going to do it. I don't want to risk making things worse.
I will get you out of here.
Like out of class? Because I'd appreciate that.
You need to create that orb, don't you?
You got somewhere I can go to get everything?
Maybe. You've been to the advanced library?
I'm not allowed there. You have to either make your way there with a stronger student, or you have to go there with a teacher.
And if I could get you there with either, you could study more?
Yeah. Even if I could just get some of the books from there, I could be able to study more.
He looks to the other three. Well, especially at law, stronger students.
You wish us to guide him?
He needs an escort to the advanced library. Surely
You would
we can figure
know.
something out.
You would know, Black. Law literally cannot. They can't walk. They
what?
can't lead. They can't lead them. They can't lead them out or walk the halls of this place.
All right, he can't. I thought it was just leaving the front door. I didn't realize you couldn't even leave the fucking right.
Yeah, no, if we
Okay,
leave
never
a
mind.
place, we
I
get
checked.
teleport.
There's. Let's rewind that because now I have a better idea then.
Yeah, take your time.
How do I pronounce your name again? Oh, Oki.
You're practicing the weave. You're going for the weave. Take your time.
Yeah. There's a student, an advanced one. Spends her time there.
Yuiki.
Usually. Yuiki is her name. Can't miss her. Horns, pale.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen them. The Oni girl, right?
Yes.
We have a couple of classes together. Well, we did before this.
If you ask her to bring you there, and maybe mention me, she might be able to help you.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't squander this opportunity.
I'll see what I can do. I mean, they look out the window. It's almost lunch, so I might be able to get out of here to eat something. And if I find them, then I'll talk to them.
Good.
And I will go back because I don't want to sit here and watch you get beat up on, because I'll beat them up if I do. So off I go, away from you.
Really go off the handle, yes.
Here I go, leaving.
Looks back.
Here I go. Here I
We
go.
can speak of.
They just say no summons are allowed here. We should probably
Yeah, let's
head off too.
They just stumble out the door on the other way.
She got there eventually. It's whatever.
Perhaps next time you
it's-
can join expedition.
It's good to see you guys. Hopefully it won't be another 3 years.
I'm really hoping it's
Yeah.
not.
That's how this school's being run. Who knows?
I hope you guys do good on whatever you're doing outside the tower.
We will.
One day you will join them. I'm certain of it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. You guys make your way to the exit. As you do, you step out from the Templar place as there is just a Coatl on the other side just pouting.
It never
You
gets
handled
easy.
that much better than I expected, I will say.
I'm telling you, it's not him.
It's hard to imagine it being him and he not already massively suspect us to a point of immediate hostility by this point if it's him. Because we have been gone so many times. We've only met him physically. We could count it on our hands at this point. Of actually meeting him and doing things with him. If it is him, he would be the most suspicious of us by this point. So it's odd that his things are in the desk.
I can see how it's beginning, though.
I'm guessing you didn't learn much of anything else?
Besides the abuse the Templars are putting him through, no.
And the fact that the headmaster didn't know where you were and was asking if he knew where you were.
The headmaster seems very aggressive about it.
Well,
And this,
I'd be aggressive too if I was a skeleton laying on the ground, bones, all that stuff.
so he can't. The headmaster can't be the headmaster, right? They
Who
can't
knows?
be the same person at this point.
Since
It
when
has
have
to
we
be a fake?
ever experienced things that were truly linear here at all given times? Who knows what that room's like? It's buried under crystals and dirt.
Well, speaking of linear, I did do something while all of you were gone doing whatever you were doing.
This
Yes.
son.
I forgot you had the accent.
Oh, how dare you? I don't have any accent. You have an accent.
That's messed up. That's just how I speak, you bitch.
You see Kyle make their way over toward the desk and then motion to the desk as the other door is open on it.
Oh, you got the other door out.
I'm just as good at at picking locks as any of you. It did take me a try
I
or
would
two.
say as Cavelli, because I don't know how to pick a lock.
Neither do
I had to hold on to the desk to make sure it wasn't going to snap in half from the second time that they had failed.
But I got it before it went down, so it's fine.
What would you find?
I think that they're still a little drunk. They bring forward the thing that they have found in the last bit of it. Making sure I can say this correctly. Yes. You see what appears to be an amethyst scale. As she holds out this slightly leather-bound thing, looks like a wallet almost, she opens it up as you see what appears to be an amethyst scale on the inside. You also find, beside of it, there appears to be scratchings on the leather itself, as if they are given some kind of a message or some kind of a something onto it. You find, let me find it. You find the letters WHITE.
In our common or in English?
In Law's common. In Law's English.
WHITE. Right?
Right. Oh, sorcerer.
I don't know
May
if
I-
this relates to your sorcerer, but
I'm sure it'll give me a migraine. Yeah, I see that.
They just hand over the scale to you, Black. As they do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn off the music for a second and then go and find this one. Just like before, whenever you were over at the corpse and you had seen and felt all of those tears and rips at your bones, you have another That's So Raven sort of brain blast happen in front of you. You find in front of you, you're not sure how long ago, but you find what appears to be a dead dragon in front of you. On either side, there are Templars and students seemingly picking the creature out from what appears to be a large shackle upon the ground. You see they have to pick it up and take it out from a thing that is seemingly holding them down from the neck down to the bottom. As it disappears, as they take it away, you step forward, looking at this device. You reach down and you pick up a scale off of the ground. You look around the room, the very stark, very bright white room that is around you, as if you can see no details of the actual room itself. You find that there are a couple of treasures off to the side. You find that there are a couple of pedestals showing certain things. You even find further off there appears to be a thing that you keep on just looking toward this thing as if it is turned in the direction, almost as if it's like an all-seeing eye. You see that blue orb that you know that you brought to this place, Headmaster. As you look to the scale, you look around the room, you see all the treasures. You grip onto the scale in your hand as you find that you can't let everything be for naught. A Templar comes to you. As they do, what should we do now? Should we put them all out to search again? The only one left. I believe them to be too strong. But you're right. We do need something. You look down toward the shackles on the ground. As you do, you look over toward the tools and the areas often abound. You walk over to one of the pedestals. You pick up from it what appears to be a simple bag, but you know far, far more than anyone around you that is far from the truth. This is not just a simple bag. This is something that is meant to ensnare. As you look to it, and as you look back toward the Templar that's there, bring me the boy. Everything fades back as you are staring at the scale in your hand.
My eyes.
it does not seem to be any better on you, or glean anything from that?
A memory of the headmasters. Gods. It's the dragon we saved. It's hers. And he needs a replacement. He needed a replacement. He gave a Templar a bag. Some kind of entrapment bag. And he told him to bring him the boy. He couldn't let everything be for nothing.
So the headmaster used the Templars to grab him with the bag.
They needed something, I guess, to replace the dragon we. Looks like Colotl.
I'll have you know, because you would know specifically. This is the memories of this skeleton. This skeleton that has been a skeleton through most of, if not all of these loops. Meaning that dragon there was not there because you saved it. This was a dragon from 5,000-ish years ago, as far as this loop is concerned.
Bad. Yeah. Or not the one we saved.
That definitely was the dragon. You can tell because they are called the amethyst dragon, and this is an amethyst scale. That was the dragon. But that was from a different loop. You're decently sure.
Right.
Because again, as far as the dragon was concerned, they were going to die eventually.
Yeah. Okay, I remember. Okay, I got you. Let me try again then. Hold on. No, wait. Different loop. Different time.
Different time? How long?
I don't know. But the dragon wasn't there anymore. This was all that's left. The amethyst one. It wasn't us, maybe, but...
Then it didn't explode. That's not what explodes?
Again, you're not sure what happens when that thing dies. You just know that it is destructive.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could know more. The walls, everything was so white. Featureless. A half-remembered memory.
Is that why it would say white on this bag?
I don't know.
So it either means white because of that person you know, or white because of a room? But...
I don't think the room itself is white, featureless. Maybe. I don't know.
Perhaps you are not the only one having these visions. The car steps over to you. If these truly are things that belong to whoever is pretending to be the headmaster, whether it be the young prince or not, what if they also saw a white room? What if they're trying to find the same place we are? Or, worse yet, what if they already have? Which is why they no longer carry that on them.
Maybe. I did see the orb in there. Whoever there was.
And that one was definitely it. That one was not any of these faded ones.
The orb. The real one.
Then we still have a few years.
He's in his 7th year.
Even if
from what I
we do,
understand.
that room, I cannot see it being in any of these doors. I think we found out a Fred.
These would only come back faster.
We should...
I know they're in there.
We should try to figure it out then. Maybe grabbing the headmaster, or maybe seeing what your friend figured out, or maybe talking to Anthea again?
Right. It has been some time.
Anthea did say that we should talk at some point.
Then we've ran out of thread, but we haven't ran out of tapestry. We'll find something else to pick at.
Right. I'll go meet with my associate again. Hopefully it's been 2 years at least. And hopefully he's not in that room.
Then let us go. As he says this, we are at 11:20. So I think this is a good time for us to end things here. Now that you guys are thoroughly, potentially confused
I do love being
to
confused.
as to what you guys are fighting against.
To be fair, I've been confused for the last. How long have we been here?
17 sessions?
So yeah, the whole time.
Jesus Christ, has been.
With all that being said, until next time, like always, later days.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.